Welcome back to A Corporate Time.
Yes. So I went.
This wasn't coming back, right?
Yes, it was.
See, I got it right, but I looked around and nobody gave me. I'm like a dog. Now I need people to look at me and go, "You did good." Thumbs up.
Good boy.
Yeah, good boy. Good boy.
So I was at our Airbnb over the weekend, and
I like that you're saying. I like that you're calling it an Airbnb now, and I'm telling you why. I think when we call it an Airbnb, people think that it's a effing joke. So I'm being serious with this. It's not a joke. We actually have a place. I'm being serious.
Yeah.
This is a concept that I've been thinking of because it's awesome. Like our Airbnb is
the
awesome.
location is great.
It's great. But I think people think that when they get in there, you're going to get the novelty punch in the face. You go fart around.
No.
It's like the spiders fall out of the ceiling.
Look at the reviews.
Yeah,
look at the reviews.
It's rad.
So I was there because the boys were taking a shower. Crystal wanted to take a hot shower because we didn't have power.
Oh, I thought the boys were taking a shower is what you say when you just wash your scrotum.
And I was like, man, it's a nice day outside. Like the weather has turned after the hurricane, and it's been nice outside. So I was standing on the porch, and I'm like, I'm gonna walk and get a White Claw from Murphy's Arcade.
Oh my
Yeah.
God! Look at this guy.
Because the jazz.
I'm gonna push over this homeless person standing on the corner.
The wine bars across the street or whatever. So literally, I walked off the porch, took a left. I was in, got a White Claw, got some wine for Crystal.
He was in the arcade.
And then I actually brought the boys back to the arcade to play like the old school arcade.
Now, okay, can we talk about that for a second?
It was like Wop Sops, right? I walked back with the
Did you get
wine.
some delicious food from Chantel's?
I didn't because we weren't there. We
Don't
need to get back before
your
dark.
simple vegetarian boys
And-
on some soul food. That's a hard start for little bellies.
And
Chantel's will blow their shoes off, dude.
yeah. The soul food.
You get them some
They need
oxtail.
some seasonings on their food.
Yeah. Oh, those boys have never had seasonings.
I'm like, this
Jesus.
this is an awesome location
It is
if you
awesome.
want to go Sanfording. Like, you walk out the front porch, and then bar is 10 feet across the street, and then every bar is within 100 foot. Like
You
walking
kinda-
distance to
Do a pub crawl.
everything.
Yeah, you could do. Yeah, actually,
And then-
that's not a bad idea.
then
That
walk
we should
back.
have okay, what about this idea? What if we put little golf scorecards in the Airbnb where you got to go around and get a drink, and then the bartender will exit off, and then we'll see who gets the best score.
Yeah. Listen,
Yeah, like drink golf.
I just want someone to book it.
I know you do. I know you do. I know.
So we can pay
Just book it.
the note.
Not even to pay us. It's just to keep the thing upright.
Yeah,
keep the payment in the hands of the owner.
The hurricane got us because there was a good section of bookings that we weren't able to get.
People
because
are like, Florida's scary. I'm not booking it.
And look at that. Never lost power.
Never
at the
lost
power.
Airbnb.
I know.
Does that make you mad that a
Didn't
house
flood?
that house is 100 years
It's
older
over
than yours?
100 years old.
I know. Oh, yeah. Well, believe me.
It's the luck of the draw of the grid, man. You never know.
Yeah. And
You never know.
And, that's what it seemed like. The hurricane was just so big. There's like small cells that were worse than others. So it was like,
Oh, I confirmed my old house, the one that our first studio was in, is not good. Like that would not. If we had
Did it
stayed
get
there,
flooded?
yeah, it got flooded. If I had stayed there, I mean, I'm sure it'll be fine. It's an older house. I'll probably just knock it down and make a new one. Because it's being held together by duct tape. That house has had so many Band-Aids on it. Like even the roof job on that house. Now I can talk about it, right? I can't get in trouble for selling somebody a house with a bad roof. Well, I don't expect it.
No.
That's
No,
the inspector.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the roof on that thing, the roof on that old, the first studio house. Remember the patio room that we all partied in?
Yeah.
Okay. That roof, because it was so old, and I think this guy still advertises with the Monsters, Mike Morello, who did that roof. He had to engineer almost a double roof, like an airplane wing, to keep it, like, to make it flex, because it was such an old and, like, horribly engineered patio.
Yeah, I mean,
Super scary.
Well, these old ass houses. It's crazy that there's houses that are still around, like our Airbnb and stuff, that are over 100 years old. Because it doesn't even seem possible that the structure would last, like the wood
I know.
would last that long.
Well,
you know
you've
what I'm
seen
saying? I know that seems stupid, but it's like in a day and age
And
where
it's a
you're
nice house. It's not like a 100-year-old crappy house.
No,
It's
no,
a nice
it was
house.
just built.
Updated.
It was just built.
I just don't want people to
historic.
think, oh my God.
No, it's got
it's
a better
great.
refrigerator in it than mine.
It's great. It's just the I guess other states deal with this a lot more, like or like if you get up in St. Augustine and stuff, you like older structures. Like I mean, just around Sanford and like around downtown, like the original housing that was built when they established Orlando or whatever. It's crazy to me that stuff is still around.
Well, I mean, we've been to Greenwood, and normally we do it for Halloween. We'll go to Greenwood and we'll see those cemetery markers or tombstones, for lack of a better term, that are made of wood that are still there.
Yeah.
They are literally get rained on every afternoon and have for the last 100 years, and they're just standing there sticking up out of the ground.
They don't make wood like they used
Well, they're from
to.
the 1800s.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Then you go when we went to the Czech Republic, 10, 15 years ago or whatever.
What were you doing there?
Oh my God, he was a double agent.
We went on a vacation to Germany, and we saw Czech Republic. And anyway, when we were walking across the bridge, I don't know where we went.
Czech Republic.
I'm glad you made some memories.
He's like, it's the Czech Republic. What'd you do?
Went
I don't know.
somewhere, I
It
don't
was
know.
the
saw
Czech Republic.
a bunch of old churches and stuff. The same thing everybody sees. But there was a church there was like, this thing was built in.
He's so grumpy. I love
All I
it.
want to do is travel. And this guy's like, I don't know. I went to a bunch of different countries.
Yeah.
Whatever. Saw some
It's-
old buildings.
I can't wait to see how grumpy he comes back from Hawaii.
Right?
They were
I
like,
saw some flowers. I saw some waterfall.
I mean,
whatever.
what was it? Cry about it? It's there. But the damn church was built in 900. And it was like,
Yeah.
900?
It wasn't even 4 numbers.
yeah. I was like, oh my God. And then you're looking at it, you're like, I cannot believe this thing is still, sure.
Everybody in the chat room's been to the Czech Republic, too.
What the
I
hell?
know. What's going on?
It's a tourist trap. You walk.
I never hear anybody talk
never
about
heard
going
anybody
to Czech
say
Republic.
You walk across some famous bridge, and then across the bridge is some sort of Gothic, church. That's a 900.
Oh my God, that's funny.
Whatever. It gets insane when you're in Europe, and then you go, Do you guys have any interest in seeing the pyramids? Because that would be a cool thing for me to see.
Yeah, I do. My wife, though.
But I feel like there's nothing else to do around.
That's kind of what I was.
Egypt.
I would like to see all of the great, like
The wonders of the world.
Yeah, the wonders, the pyramids. Well, let's list them all. We got the pyramids. We got Nebuchadnezzar's Hanging Gardens, otherwise known as my mom's pubes. What else do we have?
Great Wall.
The Great Wall.
Yeah.
Statue of Zeus at Olympia.
Yeah, some of these aren't around anymore,
You
right?
know, I don't like the Great Wall and the fact that
Oh, don't say that! Don't say that! We need those people listening.
It's only great because of how big it is, and you can only see small sections of it at one time. For instance, like
Oh, you want to see it all at one time?
well, that's what makes it great, right? Just a small section of it is not that
Making it
impressive.
great.
But like the fact that it's 300 miles long, I don't even know how long it is, but the length, the sheer magnitude of it,
Right.
it makes it a
Man.
crazy thing to see. But you can't see the whole thing.
Can I ask you something?
The pyramid, at least in the distance, you're like, okay, I see the whole triangle.
I think I found our.
Right?
I think I found our new segment. It's why we should start doing a segment called "Why Shouldn't I Visit This Place?" And
Okay.
you and I and Sam will pick a place, a new place like pyramids, and then we're going to tell you the thing that you're supposed to see, and then we're going to give you all the reasons why you should never go there.
Well, I mean, the pyramids I can make an argument for, but
which one?
The Great Wall.
Which one? I've heard the Sphinx is disappointing, sir. I've heard the Sphinx is as big as a car.
Well, that's a
You go and you
that's
look
a
at this.
statue.
You go. I want to see. It's considered a pyramid, and you go, and then everybody's like, "Oh, look, it's the Sphinx," and you walk out, and you're like, "Ah, it's as big as an AutoZone." I thought it was supposed to be humongo. It's not.
Well, it's like the what's that painting called? I saw too in Paris.
I love that
Mona
he doesn't
Lisa.
know any of this. This is the best.
I saw the Mona. I saw the Statue of David. That's not impressive. None of the paintings were
I
impressive.
want to know what impresses you.
We have yet to find it.
I mean, like,
Wait, hold on.
I
The
guess
weather.
wood houses, right?
I like
The
a good
weather,
I like
the
a
weather
good,
in Murphy's Arcade, White Claw at Murphy's
Okay.
Arcade on a great day in Sanford. That impressed
Sweater
him.
weather.
and I like a good waterfall. Like, I like a good waterfall. Like, what did you say? Like, I see a waterfall. I'm like, all right, that's pretty cool.
Now, are you a stand in the waterfall kind of guy? Because you're gonna.
You can barely. There's barely any waterfalls you could actually stand in because we're so litigious nowadays that they're afraid because little rocks and stuff can get washed off the top. So it's kind of dangerous to stand in the falling water because.
Oh, give me a break.
Well,
dude.
if a rock is in the water, it will kill you.
I mean, I get it,
instantly.
but the odds of that. I mean, this is you talking, dude. What is the likelihood of a loose rock falling and killing you and your family when you're taking that one photo in Honolulu or whatever? It's just not going to happen.
Well, interesting. There is a waterfall you could actually, because I like to swim in the pool that the waterfall creates. You can't do that.
I've never heard this. Have you ever heard that he likes to swim in waterfall pools?
Well, you're not allowed to in most places
because
this your
thing
they block
and it's been
it
outlawed?
Well, they block it off because everybody's afraid of getting sued.
You know,
so the state parks don't let you do it, and the thing.
If your favorite thing is to swim in a pool with a waterfall, you are a swinger because that's so swinger.
No. Well, it's not my favorite thing. I would like to in any waterfall swim in the actual pool the waterfall creates.
Yeah.
Like that's
not just under the waterfall. You want to have some downtime where you swim to the edge. You gotta look at the waterfall, swim around.
That's but like any cool place nowadays is packed, and then they block that off so that all the
you
tourists
gotta go to
don't
another
drown.
country.
Okay,
right?
write this down, Sam. Write this down because our fearless hero,
Costa Rica.
Traveling Tom's going to Hawaii. The chat room has a bet that his favorite thing, waterfall, there will be so many that he will get to the end of his trip and he'll be like, I've seen a waterfall. They think you're going to do the typical, I've seen a million waterfalls and I've rocked them all. And you're going to be bored.
Well, on the opposite of that, this is the first time we're ever going to see a volcano, but you don't get to actually see the lava. Like, they only let you get close enough to see the smoke, and then at dusk, you can see the red, around the smoke.
Okay, hold on. The red is acceptable. Smoke is a no-go for me.
I have a whole list of the best guide to waterfalls you can swim in Hawaii.
No,
there's a lot of islands. We're on the big island.
You got to send that to him. He's going to need that.
Oahu?
No, that's the. I've been to that one when I was, me and Crystal went when we were 17 with the Grays and the Wizard.
You picked, okay, can I was going to wait till another time to talk about this as a topic, but have you thought of the thing that you are going to do secretly, pre-planning now, before you go, that is of surprise to her to kind of signify the return of the Vans to a special place that meant a lot to them in their adolescence? They're now returning. Now with a family.
Well, it's a different island.
But she's always, doesn't matter. You're not seeing the big picture here is that you've always wanted to return to Hawaii, even before you had kids. I knew as your friend that you would say that you and Crystal really wanted to go back, right? Now you're returning with your bestest buddies. So you got to do something emotional for her. You got to do well, find a restaurant that you guys went to, find something similar.
You can go to the Boiling Pots.
Wait, is she already ahead
just
of me?
downstream of PP Falls.
No,
PP Falls is famous.
We're going to PP Falls.
PP Falls
you
is
can
famous.
swim there.
Yeah, you got to swim at PP Falls, and your sons will literally laugh their hair off.
There's also Kaka Falls.
yeah.
That's way better.
Nanu Falls. I got all these waterfalls.
Dude, Kaka Falls.
Yeah, we're going to go to a bunch
you got to
of
do
them.
the PP Poopa Falls.
So Crystal already brought this up because she's already planned out everything.
Did I make you mad? See, I thought I was like giving you the juice. All I did was I brought up something that she's already brought up, and then I just saw him get more mad at me.
Well, I'm mad because
you can call us emotional dum-dums.
Well, the tremendous amount of money this all. I don't want to add anything else on there. Because
I'll pay for this.
It's putting us into
financial ruin.
I think we're going negative for a while. I guess. Anyway, so
you got to lean out for a bit.
It's
ramen.
She's like, while we're there, we should renew our vows.
I think so too.
And so
because there's nothing more meaningless in my eyes than renewing your vows.
It's also like a curse of that means like, what are you renewing it for?
Yeah. Don't just say you love me. Say it like you mean it.
In front of some.
I can tell you're not happy.
Say it in front of the notary.
Yeah, you got to say it in front of this volcano smoke.
Yeah. He paid $180 a year for this license. So
that's a good question from the chat. How many weddings would this be now for you?
Oh yeah, 4.
No, yeah.
4 weddings.
So I suggested.
Do you need to renew your vows when you've had 4 fake weddings?
Yes, absolutely. You're the only person. Yeah, you absolutely do.
Sam, you're asking the person. I don't need any of it. I don't even need the vows to begin with.
Oh, wow.
What if you renounce
I'll
your
sign
vows?
the contract. I signed the contract.
What if
it's a business.
What if you did a 180? Instead of redoing your vows or renewing them? I said redoing them. What if you renounced them?
That's a whole different. You do that in Sanford.
Wow. At the AirTND, celebrate at the AirTND.
Same amount of smoke. It's same amount of volcano smoke in Sanford.
So
living at the AirTND. It used to be the AirTND, or excuse me, Airbnb. It's now Tom's house.
Yeah.
He lives there now.
living.
He rents it from the lady.
My suggestion was, and Crystal wouldn't do this, but I was like, well,
Nude. Scuba dive wedding.
No, your brother's already paying for the whole
No, you don't want to steal their
Wow.
shine. Dude.
No,
That's classless.
hold
That
on,
is
hold on.
classless.
No.
You're
This
stealing
is a
their
Seth
shine.
move.
No,
You're stealing their shine.
No, but it makes no.
It's like when it'd be
Hold
like
on,
if
I'll-
Samantha's. It's like if Samantha's husband was going to propose to, Samantha gets married, right, and I'm at the reception. The most classless thing I can do at her reception is to stand up and then say, "I've got something I've been wanting to do," and then ask Andrea to marry me.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
stealing shine, dude. You can't jump on.
Okay,
No.
hold on.
No.
Of course, standing up in front of the whole. I'm saying we're going to the beach wedding. They hired a notary or whatever the hell, a priest. I don't know what they hired.
It's a Hawaiian shaman.
and I'm sure they've got
Volcano priest.
some sort of lattice work arch.
Is it on the beach?
It's on the beach, yeah. So now again, I don't pay attention to any of the details. I'm sure Crystal knows about all this, but I know at least there's going to be a notary of some sort and then lattice work. My point was, I'll go to the guy, like he pulls up in his Toyota Camry or whatever, and then I'm going to tell him, like, hey, can you stick around for...
No, you can't get leftover officiation.
No,
You can't.
just half an hour. I'll pay you $200. Just stick around for half an hour, and then everybody will leave till the reception, and then they'll do the renewal. Right, that'll be way cheaper because the guy's already there.
You're doing the same thing with the tree company of your neighbors.
He always does this. He
It's not even
approaches
cheap.
trees
Well,
just like marriage.
It's already happening. The lattice is already set on the beach.
Yeah.
Someone
Listen.
they brought it all out.
And you didn't do what I
This is
told you to
ratchet
do.
as hell.
Okay, the tree
You said
company
that.
is a great segue for our guest, but
Yes.
hey, I'm going to tell you straight up. You didn't do what I told you to do with the tree company, which was to have your beautiful wife walk out with the...
She did.
She did?
Yeah,
I didn't
they
know
are.
she showcased the ladies because
Yeah.
you had some money off.
Yeah. It turns out when you need OxyContin,
You're not horny.
that's not a substitute. It's like, I need cash.
It makes me less horny.
Anyway, so because of the hurricane and so many questions have been asked about insurance, I saw a BDM ask about making a claim because an oak tree fell on his roof, and he's gotten a bunch of different tree service quotes.
Yeah, tons.
One's for $17,000, one's for $8,000. He's like, I gave them to my insurance. They said too much, and then so I figured we'll have Jamie from Blanchard Insurance on to kind of walk us through how to make insurance claims, like the process and all that. How you doing, Jamie?
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
Good. I'm glad everybody's all safe and everything, and hopefully you got out unscathed.
I did, and some of our agents did have some issues. We have an agent on the West Coast that her house is unlivable, so she's working through that. But in the meantime, we all were able to come in and start taking claims calls immediately, so that was the good news. We had people out of state helping, so we were spread out and ready to help. So it's been a little crazy, but I think that, we're answering the phones. We're here.
Yeah.
Emails. If anybody has any questions, we're here to help.
Well, we certainly appreciate it.
I saw you guys because I follow you guys on Facebook, Blanchard Insurance.
It's a good thing to do, too, if you just want that information at the ready.
Yeah.
It also makes it easier when you got to track down Jamie.
But I saw that you even put out there, because you did have power at your offices. Like, you were cool enough to tell other insurance agencies, like, hey, if you need a place to work, you can come work out of our office if you have no power.
We would not do that here for other podcasts.
No.
I told other podcasts, I said, if you come out here, it's going to be like that scenario where it's that old lady, that man with their gun standing out front. I will kill you in the street if you try to use my power.
So that is...
Yeah, we're all in it together. We all help each other. We have some, national and statewide kind of insurance Facebook groups we're on, and conventions and stuff, and we network with each other, and we're happy to help because this is trying times. We were not highly concentrated on the West Coast. We did have, I think, maybe 400 policyholders over there, but Port Orange, New Smyrna, we were, pretty highly concentrated over there, and with the flooding damage, they felt it pretty bad on that side of town.
Yeah, for sure.
So, Jamie, I noticed a post from a BDM that had a tree basically fall on his house. a gigantic oak tree. It just tipped over and is
honestly
leaning on his house
bigger
now.
than I thought could fall on a house, like a humongo tree.
And then he was like, well, I got some quotes from some tree services, and I'm sure they, the prices aren't really fixed with tree service people, so it's all over the place.
It's weird that there's no standardization.
It's not like you could look it up online
Yeah.
and then it's like, what's the average cost to remove an oak tree? Like, there's no
Put in
information.
the diameter, and our calculator will work the numbers.
Yeah. So, he said he got like two, super expensive quotes. One for like $17,000, one for $8,000, and then he submitted them to his insurance, and the insurance was like, "That's too much." And so he's like, he doesn't know what to do. And then I thought, I was like, well, what if you get a quote from a company and they tell you,
quote.
This is how much it costs, and then you tell your insurance, and your insurance is like, nope, that's too much. What are you supposed to do? Are you supposed to shop it out and try to get them the best price?
You are supposed to shop a little bit, unfortunately, because there's a lot of gouging.
Yeah.
And the insurance companies are being, it's not just trees, it's everything. So everybody comes out of the woodwork, with higher quotes. So I would just make sure I have like 3 or 4 quotes and send all those in and say, okay, you got to pay one of them, so push back on the insurance company with that. But you do need to send a few in that situation if something is overly expensive. Screen enclosures are going to be a big deal too. We dealt with that during Hurricane Andrew. Where normally a screen enclosure over a pool was $10,000 or $15,000, all of a sudden they were $50,000. And so there's no regulation on any of that stuff, and that's going to be the big loss through this. And with supplies or materials and stuff, it's going to be probably years before people are going to get what they need to fix that type of thing too. So you're going to see it across the board. It's not just trees. Going to be everything.
So, Jamie, what is the process of even submitting a claim? Like for someone who's never done it before, because lots of people have never even submitted a claim to their insurance.
I've never done it,
and so they're not even sure. Do you go on to the insurance company's website? I mean, where do you even start?
So hopefully you know who your agent is and you have some sort of relationship with them, because you're supposed to call your insurance agent first. Now, if you got insurance online, just some random, whatever, you're going to have a harder time with that. So in that case, yes, you would have to know who your insurance company is and go straight to them. That's hard when you don't have good cell service, and you can't text, and the cell towers are down, and the internet, and all of that. So now, when you know your insurance agent, most people are texting me on my cell phone. I'm getting their calls that are broke up that I could understand every other word, but still being able to put a claim in. So you're supposed to call your insurance agent first, check your deductibles, because hurricane deductibles, the standard is 2%. Lower ones are offered, but the standard one that people go with, and especially because insurance premiums are high right now, they're trying to reduce their premiums on their policies, so they're going with higher deductibles. 2% of whatever your house is covered for. So if your house is covered for $300,000, it's 2% of that is $6,000. So your repairs have to well exceed $6,000 for it to make sense to file the claim. We've gotten a lot of calls where it's just maybe $1,000 worth of damage. Well, good. We were able to deter them from filing a claim and say, hey, get some estimates for everything. If it starts adding up to more than the $6,000, we'll go ahead and help you file the claim.
I've never thought about that. I've never thought about.
Yeah, you have to check first. Yeah, check first, because a claim is a claim, and it shows up. If you have zero payout or something doesn't qualify, it's still going to show up as your record that you filed a claim. So it doesn't matter if it's $0 or $10,000 or $100,000. It still shows up on your record that you called in to make a claim. So if you call your agent first, we can kind of guide you before you do that, and then that will, help keep claims off of your record.
Okay, if my wife didn't handle all of that, I'd be Mr. Claim.
Yeah, you'd be
I'd be Mr. Claims.
That's why we're educating you now. But yeah, that's where if you call us first, we can guide you to the right spot. You can file hurricane claims up to a year or so. So get your estimates, make sure that it's not stuff that you can take care of on your own or it meets the deductible, and then we'll go from there. Now, when we're able to be online, because I don't know about you guys, but most people that are calling, they don't have good cell phone service, or they can't get to emails or anything like that. So we are taking a lot of broke up calls we can hardly understand. But we're able to get on and get those claim numbers right away, and adjusters have been going out within 48 to 72 hours instead of the ones that are still floundering around like, I don't know who my company is, I don't know what my policy number is, and they're still dealing with damages. And now we're getting good reports back of adjusters going out fast. If people had flood insurance, they're getting their advance money already within 24 hours, and they're able to get their cleanup done. So it is a race of a game in some portions to be able to get these things filed really quickly so they can get people out.
Jamie, got a question from the chat room that wants to know if you had a minor leak before the hurricane, you didn't get around to getting it repaired, possibly you were in the process of that, but the hurricane was the main culprit in making it worse or now a lot bigger problem. Can that still be a claim, or would it be better to not do that?
Can you take me off record? No, just kidding.
Off the record.
Listen, Jamie, I'll take this one.
Yeah.
You're talking Tom
Off the record.
Yeah. Tom can handle this
Hold
one.
on. Why, you never tell them what was wrong before.
I'm going to say the right answer, but if that person would like to call me or text me after the call, I can get into more details.
See, that's a better answer. Yeah, just call Jamie.
Well,
yeah.
Jamie, that's...
Now, I mean, yes, you could file the hurricane claim. It's up to the adjuster whether or not they notice if that's pre-existing damage or not.
Sure.
Yeah. So.
And would it help you if you had recorded that, Jamie? Like, let's say that I was in the process.
Never
No,
record.
Okay.
Anyway, so Jamie, I kind of wanted to, like, you brought up a good point, and a lot of people don't realize, like, the benefit of dealing with Blanchard and knowing your insurance agent and having a relationship with them, and like because I think everything nowadays people want to do online. And
Well,
just,
who's working for you if you're doing it online?
And then when you don't have someone to personally talk to that can walk you through situations like this, then you're stuck.
Helpless like me. Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, also just think about how much time it takes to do this yourself and make sure you're doing it right, as opposed to talking to a professional, Blanchard, that could help you do. Because if you don't submit your claim right, if you don't know all the information on how to submit your claim or what your deductible even is and stuff, that you could be making a bad decision, like where your insurance could go up and you didn't even need to pay. Things like you're paying more and your insurance went up. It's like you'd have to.
In this situation, we can at least tell you if there's coverage. If we're going to err on the side of caution, yes, we're going to tell you to file the claim and let the adjuster find, the coverages in your policy. But this storm was a lot of flood damage.
Yes.
And a lot of people did not have flood insurance because it's not required everywhere. There's different zones that it's required in. You can still get flood insurance if you're not in a flood zone, but the majority of the people that were affected, there's only 18% of people in Florida that have flood insurance. Right. 18% is nothing. So the amount of people that are dealing with floods, they're calling, they only have a home insurance policy. They declined the flood insurance quote, and their home policy does not cover rising water.
Right.
So a lot of these people that you see on the news and on Facebook that have flood damage do not have flood insurance. They're going to have to depend on FEMA coming in with food cards and gas cards and additional living expenses. Yes, in Superstorm Sandy and everything else. So it's going to be years of cleanup, and there's going to be a lot of homeless people and fundraisers needed because these people are going to need help.
Hey, Jamie, I'll take the flood insurance question now. Tom Van, insuranceman.
Oh, my God.
This water inside.
Thank God you're here, Tom Van, insuranceman. Jamie was asking about you.
And this guy knows flooding because his house floods every time
the
we
water
storm.
came from below. They know if the water came from rising water gusts.
What? I was about to say, this water's not a flood. This was from rain. I left my windows open during the hurricane, and the rain rained inside my house, flooded my house. Wind and rain covered.
That is another thing we're seeing from this too, is the wind-driven rain, the extent that it was beating on the walls and the windows. And people did get water damage from that. That is typically, if you have the right coverage on your homeowner's policy, it's covered for under your home policy. But yeah, rising water from the outside in is the flood, and that's where we're seeing a lot of the problems But we do flood quotes if you're not in a flood zone, if you are in a flood zone. So now's a good time. And it is hard with the rising insurance premiums on home. People are trying to cut things, and I understand that. But this was a really big wake-up call.
So Jamie, it's kind of hard to even ever predict when these giant storms hit. And this massive of a storm and this amount of flooding could be once in 100 years. It could be what we could expect in the future 10 years. It's hard to,
Every Tuesday.
You don't know.
Every Tuesday throughout the summer.
The last major hurricane that came through here was Charlie, and that was, how many years ago? 14 or something? So it's, do you have any advice with nature and these kind of things? It could be every year. It could never happen again. Is that kind of what you tell your clients?
Yeah, and it's peace of mind, really. I mean, get something. Flood insurance comes in minimal amounts, $50,000, $100,000. I'll tell you right now, though, $50,000 is going quick for people. I mean, by the time they're drying up floors and taking off baseboards and drywall and appliances and AC systems are underwater. But it's something, and something is better, than nothing. And dealing with the National Flood Insurance Program has been really nice. People are getting money quick. And it's just peace of mind. So if you're that person that had your neighbor's house flood and yours didn't, you were lucky. But, can you sleep at night type of thing.
Jamie, how does it work? And this may be a legal question, but if your neighbor's tree falls on your property or damages your car or house, who's responsible for that? How do you make that insurance claim?
Yeah, you are responsible for it because it's your property, and that does suck, but it's your roof. It's your responsibility, whether you've been fighting with your neighbor on Judge Judy for the last 2 years over him trimming it back or whatever. It's still your responsibility. Now, there are good people out there. I've had some stories where the homeowner next door has offered to pay people's, deductibles and things like that, to help.
I'm that kind of neighbor, Jamie. I want you to...
that it was their tree. Yeah.
Yeah, I do that. I offer to pay for it. My neighbor has a 21-year-old son in medical school, and I'm paying for his entire run through medical school. My hero.
There you go. Yeah, you're great.
I'm a hero. When he comes out, he'll be my own personal doctor because I'm a hypochondriac.
There are nice stories through this. Not everybody's a jerk, but not everybody has money. Not everybody has the funds for that either.
Of course.
But then that person where the tree fell on their house, they're dealing with the hurricane deductible and the mess and, everything else from that. So if it's your property, your fence, your roof, it's your responsibility.
God, you sound just like my mother.
Well,
I have teenagers. That's how I talk to them.
I know. You're right. You're right.
And I guess last question, Jamie, is your car insurance come into play at all at any of this? Like if your car was damaged?
A lot of cars flooded, dude.
Yes, that's a good question. We've had a lot of auto claims and a lot of flooded cars. Hopefully the car flooded when it was sitting still, not you were driving through it, hint, hint, driving through the water after. Hopefully it flooded while it was sitting in your driveway. A lot of losses, a lot of people who didn't have rental car coverage and lost 2 and 3 cars at one time. You don't expect to lose all of your cars that are sitting in the driveway at the same time. So, keep that in mind. Rental car coverage comes in handy then. But you have to think, too, now with the cars, inflation of buying a new one, what cars are worth and how they depreciate. So it's going to be interesting to see how everything pays out with the payouts on vehicles.
Right.
For the claims.
Jamie, thanks so much for all the information today.
Yeah, great stuff. We always love talking to you, and I know the listeners love having you kind of at the ready.
Call me anytime. My cell phone's ringing just as much as the office phone, so you can put on the chat my cell and email, and we're happy to help. Even if it's not a claim we're dealing with, or our policy holder will help them get through whatever they've got going on.
Yeah,
you're the best. That's awesome.
And just let anybody you talk to at Blanchard, whether it be Jamie, the B-Boys.
Yeah. Are they good? How are the boys?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the boys are good. they move a little slower than I do, so.
They really do. They really do, those guys. My God.
You can work with, they're in their 20s, guys.
Yeah, wake up, guys.
So,
Jamie's over here running circles around you. Nobody likes to work anymore is what I say, Jamie. These millennials.
They're in their 20s. They should be working harder and faster.
No, they're too busy on the TikTok with their tattoos.
Get into the different generations and the work ethics. Okay. Yeah, the boys are great, and you can call them or you can call me. We're all a team. We all work together. So if for some reason you don't want to talk to them, you want to talk to me, it's fine, or vice versa. It is what it is. So we're all here together, and we're all here to help. And they're great. They have been doing a lot of referrals for Tom and Dan.
All right.
And it's been good reports. So
B-boy. And
remix.
That's right. Got to get them in there to do some beatboxing.
Yeah, get them in a rap.
I guess last thing is people should be patient, right? Because with the amount of claims.
Tom, we prefer if they demand.
Well, I'm just saying, I imagine it's getting crazy inundated with claims, and that slows down the system, so it just makes everything longer, right, Jamie?
Yeah, everything is just, it does. It drags everything out. So just come to us directly, and we'll figure it out.
Perfect.
There you go.
Well, Jamie, thanks so much.
All right. You're welcome, guys. Be safe.
Yeah, you too. Take care. That is Jamie.
Again, at BlanchardInsurance.com if you want to talk to her.
Jamie Hoover. She's the best. She's so fun. They make insurance fun, actually, which I didn't think was a possible thing.
Well, it's one of those things where, you rarely need it until situations like this, right? Mm-hmm. Where it's you look and you're like, well, I
don't need it. I had nothing.
Yeah. But your house gets flooded. You get a tree in your house, and you're like, oh, this is an emergency. I have a tree in my house. I can't live in my house. I need to get it cleaned up as fast as possible.
I remember when my house flooded. There's a picture of it that I shared with the BDMs back in the day. It was with my dad cleaning up the water.
Yeah.
And he's doing mussels. And you can see the line on the back wall because our entire house is made of cedar. Mm-hmm. So there you go. There's your Florida wood house, which I don't understand why we always did this. Okay, I guess because there's wood everywhere.
The land.
Yeah. So we have it's beautiful. Dude, a cedar house is gorgeous. Though you remember that house? It's a custom house. It's gorgeous. But the water came up and just getting that all repaired or resanded or whatever. I mean, once it dried out and everything, they just pushed the couch against the line.
Yeah.
That's what we did. Man. You could see the line of water though. For my entire childhood, you could see where our house flooded.
Yeah, it's
on the wood in it.
What a nightmare cleaning out a flooded house and just
as Seth.
Well,
that's when we made the shift. That's funny because that's when we made the shift from carpet to tile.
Yeah.
It was just it wasn't that my mom and dad had a ton of money and were looking to remodel all the time. It was well, carpet's gone, dried it out.
Yeah,
we had the big fans and everything, and then they was we're switching to tile. But that line on the wall lasted for my until I moved out. It's probably still there.
When you make these claims that, you need an insurance agent with you because you could do yourself a disservice in how you word things. I'm just telling you. I'm telling our listeners.
He's right.
Wink.
Yeah, he's right.
Talk to a professional before you submit anything because
it's like signing a contract for a big purchase or anything. You would want a friend or an attorney. Somebody that has some legal document. Yeah, you'd want them to look it over. This is no different than that. You're just getting somebody who's in the field
they know the ins
to
and
handle
outs.
your insurance versus you. And I know everybody's confident. I work and care about one of the most confident people in the world right here. But this guy, he even checks with the insurance people. He ain't going to do it himself.
Well, yeah, because the next thing you know, you screw yourself. And then if you're wait a minute, I'm just being honest here and doing the right thing. And then you're but you don't understand. Even in the insurance companies, they quote unquote want to do the right thing, at least legally they have to because that's what your insurance contract is, but they want to deny you no matter
it's
what.
Their job.
And that's how they work. And then if you misspeak or write something that is a red flag or that makes your policy invalid,
you're just making their job easy.
Then they're going to deny you. And don't do yourself a disservice or your family a disservice by making a small mistake because you thought you were doing the right thing and you trusted society and good people and all, whatever. That's fine. I'm not saying cheat anybody, but I'm just saying don't do yourself a disservice.
Well, also, it's kind of like when you go into, it's when the light bulb, I'll never forget when the light bulb went off when I think I went in for my first negotiation of my contract my first radio contract.
Yeah.
And then I went in there thinking well, of course this person wants to give me money. I'm doing a great job. That's what they do. They give out raises. I've seen it on TV. I know how this works. And then the light bulb went off. I think I probably talked to my dad, and he's like, "No, you idiot. Their job is to make sure that they keep their money and make you work and stay happy.
The most amount of work for the least amount of money.
You're supposed to stay happy, getting the same amount of money, doing the same amount of work or more."
You have to force someone to give you money, or pressure them, or at least, make sure that they have to legally.
Yeah. Jamie sounds tired. I feel bad for her.
Oh yeah. The reason why her call was late because she was literally on calls with people with claims.
Well, we're not that important. Work with the people. Get back to us,
dude. Even my my mosquito nix needs repair because it's run across my whole fence line, and my fence so it snapped the lines.
That's right.
Oh man,
I didn't even think about that.
And so I text our mosquito nix rep, and he gave me the service text, which is super easy, by the way. And he's like, I got 111 calls. Today. I'm like, he's like 111 because of how they think about all the fence damage and that, and, those systems are run across your fence and they just fall over
their
and
honey
snap.
hole of property lines is fencing. Yeah.
So you forget how many people are affected and have even if they didn't have major damage like me, but your fence falls down and then your mosquito net system, this whatever it is, your irrigation or all that stuff.
Gone.
Anyway, all right. Well, good luck with the cleanup. We'll see you tomorrow. I don't know why I said that.
I don't either.
Welcome to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. Our producer Samantha holding down the corner. What up?
Hello.
Let's do some weird jobs.
Oh my God! I didn't have my button ready. I did have my butt. I was working on a new song. I didn't get a chance to finish.
Tom wanted to do a bit. He called it Weird Job Wednesday. Dan really likes it. Tom says that's bullshit. It's another Weird Job Wednesday. What are you doing? What is your job? Are you neat? Are you tidy? Or are you a fat slob? Do you make lots of money and you sit up in your tower looking down on all the people who are working by the hour? It's a Weird Job Wednesday. Just another Weird Job Wednesday. Oh yes, it's Weird Job Wednesday. Just another Weird Job Wednesday. Thank you, Tom. Thank
I
you.
wish people could see us all sitting in silence staring off at
I mean, they can if they go to twitch.tv/Tom and Dan Live.
Absolutely, Sam. Back to you.
Weird Job Wednesday
Back
brought
to
to
me?
you
Yeah,
by
back to you, Sam.
StreamlineFlorida.com. You can Streamline Mortgage Solutions. Also, StreamlineCalifornia.com if you live in that state. So we got Jeremy on the line. How you doing, Jeremy?
Very well, thank goodness.
So
Quite a week last week.
Yeah, man. That was a spicy one, right?
Hey, we're in Palm Bay. We really, really lucked out, man.
Oh, yeah. Palm Bay. Yeah. How bad were your winds?
It was about 1:30 in the morning. We weren't expecting it until later on the next day. And I tell you what, once I heard it, I went outside. There were so many crazy colors in the sky and everything else. You could hear all the transformers popping. It was crazy.
It's not like the sound of that is like it's unlike anything. When you hear the transformers popping, it's real scary.
So
you feel it, right?
Yeah, definitely. And the pressure's different when you're standing outside. You can feel it.
So Jeremy, what's your weird job?
So, one of the weirdest jobs that I had was actually being an ice cream man when I was a little bit younger. This is actually back in the 90s.
Wait a minute. You were
Ice
a
cream man.
1990s ice cream man.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
That's pretty awesome.
So how did it work? Did you own your own truck? Did you work for someone else?
So I had a really, really horrible job in a mattress factory.
Well, you didn't really get it, but you were close. You almost saved it.
In a mattress factory?
Yeah, so they actually made all their mattresses, and our job was to get there probably about 7:30 in the morning, and we were the fabric folks. So we would give them the fabric, and they would put the interior in it, and they'd sew it all together, and then we'd send it to where they put in the box springs and all the other stuff.
Okay, so when you said you put the fabric on it, like you were actually putting like manufacturing?
They have rolls of fabric, rolls of cushion, rolls of backing, and they sew all that stuff together. You know, the little designs on your mattress.
Like the quilting.
But
that
what-
they put-
Yeah.
What did you do?
Yeah.
Were you like an assembly line guy, or were you stitching
Were you
something?
stuffing in?
So, no, I was the 6'4" muscle guy that picked the rolls up and brought them to the machine.
Ah, you were the
Oh,
muscle.
Okay.
God.
You're like,
Yeah.
you
Picks
women
things
put
up
the
and puts them
fabric
down.
on this. I'm doing the man thing.
So like I
I'm
said, a bad job.
Yeah. Well, lifting
So
rolls.
I
of
was
fabric.
leaving that bad job,
Yeah.
and I saw like 30 ice cream trucks just pouring into this one little location. Now, I lived in the city, upstate New York for quite a while, and I'm like, what? Hold
Hey,
on.
what are all these
Hold on.
freaking ice cream trucks going? Hey, where are you guys going?
Now, remember, I'm only like 17 or 18 at this point, but I'd already dropped out of school because I wanted to work full time and got the GED, all that. And I said, you know, we don't get a lot of summer here in New York. Maybe I want to cruise around in the ice cream truck for the summer. So I told my buddy, turn around, let's go check out, see what's going on.
Hey,
Hold
let's go
on,
check
Jeremy.
out these freaking trucks.
Let me ask you a quick side note question.
Yeah.
Did getting your GED help you at all with anything in your life?
Why you gotta do that, man?
Hold on, I'm just asking because my pop-up.
hold on.
Huh? Yeah.
So I took my GED like the day that I was able to take it, and I hadn't been in school. I left school in Ohio because I had a full-time job there. We moved back to New York, and I was like, well, maybe I'll go back to school. It lasted about 5 months. I'm like, no, I can't do that anymore. So as soon as I was eligible, I went and got it, and I guess it did. I mean, they ask if you have it. Nobody was like, let me see your GED, sir.
Well, that's my point.
Just put it down. You got it. Hell.
Yeah, but for what though? Like, it's all, I'm gonna say the same thing about my college degree too, because I'm never gonna use it. I'm already at the end. I'm never gonna use it. It's never been used. Complete waste. That's all I'm saying.
I can't disagree with that.
You know, and
Many years later, I went back to school. But
anyway,
I wanted to.
So, what was like the process of even becoming an ice cream truck driver? Is it a company that hired a bunch?
I would imagine you'd have to like ice cream or at least have a knowledge of sweet treats, no?
Hey, ice cream trucks, man. Who doesn't love ice cream trucks?
Yeah, but like there are some people like, okay, I wasn't
You
going
don't
to
have
say
to
it,
know
but this
anything.
guy right here
No.
is sitting in front of me. He isn't going to be your best ice cream truck driver because
They
he's
don't have to know anything.
Yes, you do. You
The
got to
kids
know
that
the
just point at-
SpongeBob's got the bubblegum nose. You got to know
See,
that the
I
screwball's
knew none
got
of
the
it.
bubblegum and the
None of
butt.
it. All I knew is, hey, I like fudgicles.
Hey, mark
Cut that out.
Cut that out.
Right. So you know how you get the job? You walk in, and you have a license. That's all it took.
Is there any kind of background check? Or?
Not the 90s.
In the 90s? Hell no.
No, he's
What?
right.
So,
Just farted into the phone.
so Jeremy, but you said you walk in. Was there a huge company that had a fleet of trucks that they sent out every day? Like,
Was it a brand name ice cream truck?
I honestly thought all ice cream trucks were individually
independent, yeah.
owned, like food trucks.
I
or
thought they were
whatever.
independent. I did too.
So this is where I got a real quick education. Now picture all the movies and everything else, and the slime guys that do taxi companies and everything else. They're doing the ice cream companies too.
So it basically
So you got a couple gentlemen of whatever persuasion that bought 40 trucks and the freezers and everything else, and they're the distributor for the ice cream.
Gotcha.
So this is like mafia-run ice cream trucks?
So they basically like a taxi company.
They
that-
unionize
fleet
it
of
like the
trucks.
garbage or
Well-
everything else. You the ice cream union, the garbage union.
Oh,
Ice cream mafia.
listen, we had to report any other trucks immediately.
You
in our
worked
area.
in the ice cream mafia.
So-
I was 17, 18. I know I was having a good time.
So Jeremy, would it be like a taxi company where you rent the taxi for a daily rate and then all the fare money goes to you until you surpass the daily rate and all that is income past that?
Close. What it is they got to get their money back, and the way they do that is by selling the ice cream. So you have to buy their product at the price that they set because you're using their truck. You're still paying for gas, though.
Okay.
So you buy ice cream at a little bit of a discount. You upcharge it enough
No.
to cover your costs and gas.
Right. Right. For the owners, yes, that's what they were doing.
And do you have a specific territory that they send you to, or a route? Everybody's like takes a different area. How does that work?
Yeah, for some reason I got the worst area, or poorest, or
poor people don't like. Well, they like ice cream, but they can't buy it. So you're driving around with all of them looking at you all day.
Again, I contend the poor neighborhoods are the ones that actually use ice cream trucks. You never see ice cream trucks in rich neighborhoods.
I killed it.
Besides Baldwin.
Baldwin has an ice cream truck every day, and Maisie loves it.
Yeah. And
listen, they've got hot chicks that work there, the hot guys. They send them to the beaches and everywhere else that you'd think, hey, this is really a affluent neighborhood. Guess what? I did twice the business they did.
Telling you.
So
interesting.
So you drive. Okay, this is the '90s too.
Yes, you got your
no
Pearl
TVs,
Jam.
No cell phones.
You got your Pearl Jam 10 album cranking.
Do you get to pick your own ice cream truck music?
No. Okay, so the song was The Entertainer that I got to listen to for 9 to 10 hours a day for 5 to 6 years.
Oh my God!
Stop.
I know all songs. I know a lot of songs. I'm the best with songs.
I never thought about how much torture that must be. Like just
Oh my God!
On a loop, yeah.
Isn't it what serial killers? It didn't Saw do that to all of the kids?
Yeah.
Like, remember when Saw freaked out and he was all about insurance? And he was like,
Yeah.
Insurance rates are too high. Here, listen to The Entertainer.
So basically, they said, you're a big guy. Let's give you this area. We're going to do you training for one day. Training one day was sitting in a truck with a 70-year-old dude that's just smoking, going, "Go ahead, you got it."
So Jeremy, I want to understand. Okay, was the marketing? You drive down a neighborhood slow with the music, and then do you wait?
It's like fishing for children.
And do you wait until the kids come out? Do you stop? Like, because I imagine the problem that there's been an ice cream
You're
truck.
overthinking this ice cream, Tom.
No. Well, I'm explaining.
He's not at all.
Yeah, see, Jeremy knows. There used to be an ice cream truck that came by our house currently in Castleberry.
Oh, what happened to it? You running him away? You ran him away.
I never see him or hear him, but like every once in a while, we'd hear the music, right? And then
You never see him.
And then we'd be like, "Oh my God, the ice cream truck!" And then the kids would be like, "Ice cream!" And then I'm like, "Get your pants on!"
What?
pants
What's going
on.
on?
And then by the time I would try to find cash, I'm like, "I don't have cash."
The cash is in my pants and I don't have pants on.
And then I'd run outside and we'd see it drive away. I'm like, you have to stop and wait a little bit. Like we need time to get out of the
you
house.
guys gotta wave.
No, that's why they drive slow. So and they have the music cranked loud. So you got to run out.
And
there.
you tell your
They need to park.
fastest friend to run up there and go, tell him to stop.
But why don't they just park
No,
and give
man,
it
they
a
got to go on the move. They got
10
to find the
minutes.
kids that are ready.
I will say
Jeremy,
the
The
Baldwin
neighbors
one.
want to shoot you. If you park in one area and crank that tune for any more than
Yeah.
10 or 15 minutes, you got neighbors coming out of their house.
Okay, he just
okay.
took what I was going to say. The Baldwin one has to move because these crotchety-ass white people around here, they're like, on your way, sir, on your way.
so that you
So
just
I do the training day, don't learn anything. They're like, okay, here's your truck the next day. And I'm like, okay, I kind of know the neighborhood. And show up at 9 or 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. You don't want to start too early. And they go, okay, what do you want for the truck? We gave you some basics. And I'm like, okay, I'll take some of this and this. So, of course, dumbass 17, 18-year-old kid buys probably $300 too much product and the wrong product.
What was the most popular ice cream?
Well, I mean, this is where you're going to get
It
into some
depends on the area,
socioeconomic
but
talk. So let's all
It
be.
was the horrible, at that time it was like Ghostbusters and Pac-Man and those horrible sherbet
novelty,
things with the
yeah.
gumballs.
Okay, the
Yeah,
Pac-Man yellow lime, or it would be a lemon
I would
ice
guess lemon.
sherbet.
I would guess lemon.
Yeah, it was a Pac-Man as a lemon ice sherbet, and he has a ruby red gumball eye that had melted, and now it's down by his belly button.
I also like all these characters they use for these ice creams or whatever. They don't license anything because it would cost too much money to get the real Sonic license. So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
always a
It's
Bobo
all
version
weird.
Back
of
in the 90s, it was for sure.
like a Bobo version of Spider-Man and stuff where you could tell we were like, this doesn't look exactly like the logo. Like,
Yeah,
this
And they look so bad, too. They're always horrible. The kids were always disappointed. They're like, what the?
Yeah, because the company that made those isn't going to license the rights from Sony to do. They're just going to put the thing on there. It's a tiny company, I assume, right?
It's Pac-Man without a dash. Or
Yeah,
something.
Yeah. So what about did they give you the standard chocolate with vanilla ice cream? You got to have the sandwiches. Then you gotta have the double fudge bars, which are it's not quite fudge and it's not quite a popsicle. It's a chocolate flavored ice bar. Then you gotta have
Bomb Pops were number one.
Bomb
Overall,
Pops.
Bomb Pops and Push Pops were 1 and 2.
What about creamsicles? Did you carry any of those, or was that not a thing?
No, man, we didn't have any creamsicles.
Okay.
Mississippi Mud.
We did have a few.
What about
And root beer. We had root beer sickles,
strawberry
too.
shortcake is a huge one.
Or the screwball.
Oh, my favorite. My absolute favorite. That and the chocolate.
I like the chocolate one.
The chocolate eclair, strawberry shortcake, screwball. Tom brings up screwball.
Oh, what was the one that
They're
was
the
chocolate
worst.
and banana and chocolate?
If you like screwballs,
I like screwballs.
That's the word. Why would I
What is
yell at my?
screwball?
It's like red sherbet with a gumball in the bottom.
Yeah, and it's in a
Yeah.
plastic cup like you would get at a water fountain,
cooler.
in a water
Yeah,
cooler.
when you're telling your friend that he shouldn't cheat on his wife, you're drinking
yeah,
with
it's just frozen Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
That must have been a southern thing. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
the
Well,
screwball.
I scream at my sons when they they have the whole ice
Maisie
cream.
likes them too.
And they're like, "I want a screwball." I'm like, "You picked the worst option. This is the black jelly bean or licorice of candies. Like, who chooses that?"
Any kid sees the ice cream on the sign with the gumball and gets that because they, in their feeble child mind, they think it's double the treat. You're getting ice cream plus gum.
Yeah.
Right? You're getting a double treat.
With the gum, they don't even like gum.
Well, also gum when it's frozen, it's like sucked to
It's
the moisture.
horrible.
Yeah, it's horrible.
So, Jeremy, I've always wondered with ice cream trucks. Now, I know we're talking the 90s, so gas was the 90 cents. So it wasn't a big of a
time to be an ice cream man.
But it seems like the margins are so unbelievably small that you'd have to move an insane amount of product to pay for gas and your time and actually make it worth it.
Worth your while, yeah.
So after that first whole of the week, I sat down at Perkins because a bunch of my friends worked there, and I got a map, and I mapped out a route because a lot of people were saying, "What are you doing here at this time? Oh, you don't have the right stuff. Where'd our old ice cream man go?" And I said, "I'm sticking to this 100%." So over the next couple of weeks, I was there at the area at a specific time every day. Then you get your stock figured out, and so it was like this. I would work 4 days a week, not Sundays. The first day you would really load up the truck and you wouldn't make any money. The next day you would probably make $250 cash.
That's a lot for the 90s.
Yeah, I was going to say that is a lot.
Yes, it was.
And I got to commend you for a second, man, because I don't think there was ever a time when I was I don't want to. I'm not gonna crap on myself too much.
I was living on my own though too.
Well, but I'm just saying, you were on your own, or you were not.
Yeah, I got kicked out at just before 17 for smoking the devil's lettuce.
So you smoked a little weed and your parents kick you out, but at 19 to sit down at a Perkins, make a route, and then decide that you're going to like budget, figure out what you need in the truck, have a plan of attack, focus yourself, get like, hey, I'm going to work these 4 days, I'm going to take these days up. Like that's extremely responsible for a 18, 19-year-old, I feel like.
Or obsessive compulsive, ADD, some of those.
Yeah.
But it worked.
So Jeremy, you actually could make good money. Now, I'm curious about because in the 90s, this is probably all cash business. Like, you're not taking debit credit cards. Like, there's no Square.
No
way. It's an all cash
You
business.
still had the paper books. You had to look the credit card numbers up.
Yeah. So with all cash business, I know that in the 90s, I've always heard about like taxi cab drivers getting robbed. Was there a worry about getting robbed?
For me, there really wasn't, but did I have a bat in my freezer? Yes, I did.
What, wait a minute, like a Florida bat or like a baseball bat?
No. It was I think it was a kid's baseball bat or something that was weighted really well. So
okay, I'm glad you didn't use any slang words for those.
Well, it also won't really do nothing when someone's robbing you with a gun.
Hold on. So remember, I'm 17, 18. You can't get guns permits in New York even now, even though it's illegal. But back then, it was impossible for someone that's doing what I was doing. The owners, maybe, because that was all. Figure those 40 trucks going there every night with almost all cash. That's where
Gotcha.
That's where the deal was at. So anyhow, I would make drops in different unpopular ice cream boxes through the day with my cash. So if anybody said, "Give me all you got," they only ever got $20 or $30 if they would.
Gotcha. So you'd constantly be dumping cash, so you're not carrying around an insane amount.
Super smart.
Now
the second year they had me train a girl so that I could have some time off, and her first day she got robbed.
Oh.
Typical woman.
Wow.
They look weaker.
You got Jeremy real good.
He's like, I wasn't even being serious. I just have a list of responses here where people say something about a lady. I go typical old lady response. Make me, make me
an
a
ice
cup of
cream
coffee.
sandwich.
Yeah. I was a local. I don't think she quite knew the area as well as she thought. But.
So Jeremy,
was she cute? You could have, had a little ice cream romance.
She was a 7 or 8, but hey, I'm a 5 or 6 at that age.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right.
So how, it seems to me that you can go to these neighborhoods on the weekend, like the kids are always there, but
always a fire hydrant spraying for some reason.
On a weekday, would you just plan the route so that you're there after school or whatever? Because you couldn't make any money while the kids are at school.
Well, no, it's only summertime. Remember, you were talking New York, so you only get 3 months season, and everybody's out of school.
Gotcha. So okay,
and then back to the mattress factory.
Yeah, I thought this was a full. So this is just a seasonal job.
What'd you do after ice cream? So if ice cream was your summer job, and then you were leaving mattresses, did you transition to something else?
So what we would do is you were able to collect then unemployment for a few months after you were laid off, but we would usually do the haunted hayrides.
Dude, ice cream man and haunted hayride. These are Tom's favorite jobs.
So, Jeremy, I'm curious to, because nowadays, if you ran a company in which you had ice cream trucks go out there.
There's got to be one in Orlando, right?
I don't think so. I think they're all individual because your insurance would be astronomical. Because think about what the insurance companies look at. I'm like, hold on, you got a fleet of trucks that you go to these neighborhoods and you're attracting kids to run out at your car
into the street.
You're
giving them food, which is enough loopholes as it is. Food service, Jesus Christ, the amount of inspections and crap.
I'm thinking of just the likelihood of you driving away and running a kid over, especially when all your drivers are kids too. Basically, they're all like brand new licensed drivers that are attracting kids towards their giant truck that they probably never drove before. Nowadays, good luck getting insurance. It would be $10,000 a month, and there would be no margin to make money.
I wonder if the places around town that do it, there's a couple of them around here that they're not independent. They have
they have Mr. Softy,
and then we have
the Kona Ice one.
Kona, okay, Kona would be a good one,
Kona.
and then
they probably
Kelly's Kelly's has a fleet, I think, now.
But they just go to events and sit there.
No.
They drive around too?
Kona comes around my neighborhood.
That's awesome. My neighborhood. No.
I know. I'm upset because I'd give me some Kona.
I just assumed that the insurance would be so insane. Maybe they have guidelines you cannot serve until you have to have a certain amount of mirrors. I'm just saying it seems like they're
going to make it hard.
Yeah. So, but you're missing half the danger, which is not the truck or the driver; it's everybody else around. Because you don't have any flashing lights, you don't have the bus stuff. I mean, we had stop signs that we would pop out and stuff, but.
I was going to ask you, did you ever have an accident? I mean, was it because...
No. Okay.
Yeah, oh my God, you just screamed no.
No.
Talk about it.
That makes it sound guilty, right?
I wouldn't be calling about the funny job if something horrible had happened.
Excuse me, OJ. So, OJ, you were telling us that you absolutely... No!
I'm just saying.
I got a tack in my shoe.
You never I ran into another car. I'm not saying running over a kid, but something gruesome. I'm just saying anything, scrape the side of the truck, anything.
No.
You know what? At the end, because they got so greedy, the point they kept raising their prices because obviously all the other stuff's going up. So a lot of the drivers would go to the grocery store and get the simple stuff, popsicles, whatever else.
Oh, you're undercutting them. I'll break your legs if you do that to me. I'm Big Daddy Ice Cream. If you start buying Publix ice cream and not buying Daddy's ice cream, I'm breaking your GD legs.
Yeah.
So there's a road with a really big hump. You know what I mean? When you go over it with a regular car, you kind of, whoa, you almost got airborne.
Yeah.
Man, I would have that freezer box about a foot off the bed of the truck and go, pow, and it'd make it off.
Oh, you were doing that just to get at them. I'm going to ruin their truck.
I was just curious if it would come up.
when the mob boss is breaking your legs for buying a competitor's ice cream.
Hey.
I like it when they're holding a bomb pop and eating. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like when they're like representing what they make their money off of while like they're pacing back and forth. And
You thought you could freeze us out? Oh.
their goons
they're
are
sucking on a lollipop or a popsicle. Yeah.
And then you're like, well, actually, I can't break your legs or fingers because you still got to drive my truck. So it's got to be like
They'll put popsicle sticks up your nail beds.
oh
right?
yeah, or a gut punch. I like a good. Two guys holding on either, like, hold your arms, and then the main boss does the old gut punch.
Yeah.
I want to do that.
I like a good gut punch.
Hold them up straighter.
I envisioned a little bit more of me like tying you to a chair, and then I start playing like Reservoir Dogs. I start playing, Little Green Bag, and I have a razor blade, and I'm like, hey, I heard you've been buying some Publix Bomb Pops and not buying Little Daddy. So I'll tell you what we're going to do. You and I going to have a little conversation.
And frost is coming out everybody's mouth, too, and everybody's really cold except for the guy in the chair.
You're in the freezer.
Yeah. And you're going to have like openings in the warehouse where you see a little bit of snow falling in.
And then we leave you in there a couple hours. Think about what you've done.
Exactly.
Well, Jeremy, what would you say out of a summer, like how much cash could you bring in a seasonal summer job ice cream truck driver?
So I was clearing like 500 to 600 a week because remember, you work 4 or 5 days. You gotta day you don't make any money because you got to load the truck up, but then at the weekend you have it work out so the truck's empty and you get all the money in your pocket.
That's pretty good, man.
For the 90s and 19 years old.
Yeah, I feel like that's like $1,000 a week at this in 2023 terms.
I've also started
nowadays,
I've also started judging these jobs a little differently, and tell me what you guys both think of this. I've started judging these at the time, almost like Quantum Leap style, right? I'm putting myself in his shoes at the time, and this sounds like it would be very fun.
Yeah.
I'm 18 or 19. I'm like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm going to start judging this.
It's not that hard,
not
right?
for me now. A 46-year-old man doing this in Orlando would not be fun. I'm just saying 18 or 19.
I am not saying that at 17, 18 years old, at about 3:30 in the afternoon, there weren't a lot of ladies coming out to check out the ice cream truck.
Oh, did you ever,
the old bum.
Get one inside your truck?
Creamsicle.
Tommy when I'm passing by. Oh, my.
No, he's singing an old man song.
Shabba-doo, shabba-dibby-da.
He's singing an ice cream spiritual.
When the moon hits your eyes.
Oh, come on, David Lee Roth, Ice Cream Man.
Oh, is that what you were singing? Tom thought you were doing an old Negro spiritual. Like,
Oh, Lordy, Lord.
What? So, you got something in the back of the truck one time? Like, is there anything like that?
Did you
like,
just say something?
Maxwell. Something. That's a song by Maxwell.
Nah, that didn't happen. That's just, old man exaggeration story.
You got it too deep, didn't you?
Old man, different story.
Okay, all right.
Well, Jeremy, thanks so much for calling in. We appreciate it. Thanks for cooking all the pastries at our BDM beach party. We appreciate that.
If you
dude.
missed the beach
That was
party,
awesome.
you missed all the tiny hors d'oeuvres we had.
Yeah.
Or as my father called them, horty orbs.
Yeah, we hope to see you at our Bad at Business Beer Fest. This happening in November, and Sofa and Suds. You're gonna make it out to those type of events?
I'm going to keep an eye on the schedules. If I can't make it out myself, I can always drop some stuff off so the venue can just cook it up and give samples to everybody that's there.
All right, well.
I'll tell you where to drop it. You can drop
We'll
it at
give
my
you
house
an address at a time.
Jeremy, thanks so much. We'll talk to you soon, okay?
Thanks, guys.
All right, buddy. Be good.
I like Jeremy.
He's great. Yeah, he's awesome, man. He's also a giant.
Yeah.
So I don't think I would have ever screwed with him in the ice cream truck because he's like 6'8" or something, right? 6'5", 6.
Those old New York real men that they still have, like, they know what it's like in the 80s in New York.
Yeah.
It was
80s,
like
90s, and
90s.
beyond.
Yeah.
They're like an easy listing station. 80s, 90s, and beyond.
He sent me a variety of jobs that he did, and I picked the ice cream man. But the other ones he also did. He was a small deli owner at 21 with his parents.
That's another good one, dude.
He sold shoes and tuxedos.
I've always wanted to sell tuxedos.
And 25 years as a classically trained chef. Which is what he was doing.
He gave me this like little. It was egg, like I think Gruyere cheese.
I think that saved some people's lives.
Yeah, and then like it had like sun-dried tomatoes with a basil. And I'm like, this is delicious.
All these old school New York guys had a ton of jobs, by the way. Like they've all had a bunch of odd jobs that have nothing to do with each other either.
That? I think that's a good thing.
Yeah,
I think it gives you perspective. I think it makes you treat other people that may be working a job that you may like. Your job may be cushier. Yeah, you remember what it's like. It gives you that perspective. Is everything, right?
Yeah. And knowing a little bit about a lot is always good.
What job would you like to see your boys get? If we're just, for an aside topic, Maisie's already been kicking around that she wants a job.
God damn.
Well, because because she wants money. And I'm not just giving out money.
Oh, I've already proposed many businesses for my sons that they could start. Well, they don't want to do it. They're lazy.
No,
I tell them,
find one.
I'm like, you could sell plants online. I'll teach you how to propagate them. And then
Van Brothers Plants is so cute.
That's what I said.
Oh my God, so cute.
I'm like, and then you get free marketing from your old man.
Yeah.
And then
everybody want a Van Brothers plant.
And then I'm like,
Tony Munjet can do the photos.
Yeah, I'm like, you propagate some of these fiddly figs. Like that's a standard basic bitch plant that everybody wants, and then you have to grow them for a year before they're worth anything. But you could sell them $25 a piece online, 3-4 leaves tall.
Yeah.
I'm like, you could make. I told them, you can make enough money to buy a new Xbox or whatever, and they're like, all right. I know you're never going to do it.
Why would they want to do that when Daddy will just give them whatever they want?
No, I tell them, I'm like, well, you're not going to get the Xbox unless you start Van Brothers Plants. I'll show you how to go to GoDaddy.
You'll get on the Xbox.
I'll call.
The only GoDaddy they got is you'll GoDaddy down to the old.
No, I told them, I'm like, you're earning this money yourself.
Go to GameStop and get them an Xbox.
All right.
I'm going to have Maisie sell her panties, but don't tell
No,
anybody.
come on. Why would you say that?
What?
It's too
They're
far.
brand new. They're brand new. You made it weird.
Too far.
What would be wrong with somebody selling clothing, sir? You made it weird. I didn't say anything weird. You made it weird.
So last night, for the first time ever, Max rode my one wheel by himself.
Oh,
and because
was that the proudest moment you've ever had as a parent?
Did you cry?
I teared up a little bit,
yeah.
And then immediately
those things are so dry. It blew the dust out first. It was
my wheels started turning because now
do stunts on it and put them on the internet.
No. Well, I gotta buy 2 pints, right? And 2 one-wheel pints are
2 pints. You buy 2 pints every night, bud.
$2,000, right? And
do
then
they even want one?
Well, Max, once he started riding, he's like, oh, and I started telling him, like, they make a smaller version called the pint, and then we could all ride the streets.
This is my dream. This is what I've always wanted. You want one, right? You want one, right? You want
Exactly.
Tommy's inside.
Don't you want a pint? Don't you want a pint? Where's Tommy? Where's Tommy?
Anyway, Crystal doesn't want this.
Right.
She's like, we just taught him how to learn ride bicycles. That already took too long. Like, they need to ride bikes, not get on these damn one wheels or whatever. So I have to figure out a way, to get $2,000 and get these. But also, I don't want to buy them. Just give them to.
You could sell your panties.
No, well, I don't want to also just give them $1,000 pint, maybe for Christmas, I guess. But it seemed like too big of a gift, right? Like $1,000, it's too much.
Yeah.
So
I get it.
So then now, but
just get them one and they can share.
No, that doesn't work. Because my dream is, Sam. It's about my dream.
I know.
What are you?
I'm conflicted because I see Crystal's
I need them both following me as we.
Well, one can ride a bike.
No, well, we all got to be
trade
together.
off.
Yeah.
Well,
he wants it to be like
so that people see
like
a dad and 2 kids all on one wheels, and they're like,
it's all about the
and
image.
then they say,
about
"Look
the
at that
image.
dad! He's the best dad in the world. He's has
best
kids."
dad in the world.
Look at this dad.
You're on a pint.
This guy's the best dad in the world because if he's riding a one-wheeled dorkmobile with his 2 sons. Look at
and
these.
They're miserable.
Look at
by
these
the way.
3 freaking
They
Kookameyers.
think it's too hot outside.
And they were going to it's nice weather out. I mean, with the
sweater
summer,
weather.
with the
Look at the 3 Kookameyers driving their.
Anyway.
Look how cool they are.
It's coming.
the
It's
van
coming.
boys.
Yeah, wear their tinfoil hats.
I'm gonna make it happen. I just don't know how yet.
Gotta
It's
get those
coming.
van boy plants sold.
Well, they won't even go outside to start. I'm like, you have to put it in water for a while before it grows roots. And then,
hard.
But
it's going to be a year before you see results.
Can I analyze this a little bit more? Because all I heard was you said Max rode your one wheel by himself, and he was really happy about it. But you didn't say Max came to me, and he will not shut up.
Well, that's what I said. Do they even want
pint
one?
he wants.
He could be excited that he could do it, but that doesn't
mean
he
Max
wants
is excited
one.
about? And he started this morning. Can I say that to her? I don't want to blow a future topic.
What?
You know what Max is excited about? Because he started it this morning because this guy was here at the crack of dawn. He opened the studio this morning because he's got a little athlete in his family now.
I dropped him off for first day of cross-country running.
We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I don't
But
know.
it's not about that. It's about this pint.
Yeah.
Who wants to run when you can ride?
Well, he did, but the problem is he's like, I want one of these,
Then give him yours. You hate yours, and then buy you the brand new one you want.
No, but
and then wait until Tommy wants his own.
No way. He
may want an Xbox.
Because, I get him too much. You understand? I've screwed this up here.
What'd you do?
Because I want to have this dream, but all my parenting, I did a horrible job. So I can't just buy them.
You came to the right spot. I do it too.
Well, I can't just buy them these expensive ass pints and then
Why stop now?
Well, because I realize, Sam, that this is going to be doing some future damage, and I can't live with myself if I make horrible humans in the future.
You got to make them. I think what Sam's trying to say, and I'm really bad at
So how do I
this,
get
too.
my dreams without...
You have to wait for your dreams because what Sam's trying to say, and I think most parents would say, is that you got to really make them earn the pint.
Yeah, but they're too lazy.
Yeah, but I'm not convinced that they want them. I think they want the Xbox.
No,
I know they want the Xbox
more.
because I asked Tommy.
They do want that more.
What I'm saying is,
I said, what's your
you're about
favorite toy?
to spend $2,000 on 2 pints that they might not even want.
What do you mean might? They don't. I
But
asked
they
Tommy
want
to
the
his
Xbox,
face.
and you won't give it to them.
I asked Tommy to his face what his favorite toy is, and he didn't even tell me a toy. He said Roblox. That's not a toy. I said, what's your favorite toy? He goes, Roblox. They both go, Roblox.
Yeah, they want to play video games over anything. But I want them to get them outside riding the one wheel with me around the streets of Castleberry.
I know.
And then let the people see the dad
hold
and
on.
the tiny kids.
What if I rode behind you?
That's fine.
Follow you to hell. And then Sam. What if Sam rode behind you? Playing the part of
she's not riding
Tommy.
him.
I'll never get on one of those things. Remember when I almost died on Roop's
Future
hoverboard
Flight.
thingy?
Yeah.
Future
Don't talk
Flight.
about that. He's still clearing up some lawsuits.
By the way, my sons have the hoverboards. I tried to ride one in the house, and I could do it, but it seemed harder than Roop's back in the day. Either that or I'm older than I was.
Well, we're stiffer. You are older.
I
But
got up there and I was like, oh.
Yeah. I have fallen down in an elevator a couple of times recently, like an old man.
What do you mean fall? You just
I
fell
fall to the
over?
ground like an old man, and then I have to have
What?
I have to have people like this morning. I
No.
fell in an elevator. Yeah, I did.
Like fell on the floor?
Yeah,
What?
my back is so messed up, dude. I fell in an elevator like an elderly man, and then a younger, like a doctor man, and a lady
embarrassing.
held me to my feet.
They helped you to feel like an old man?
Well,
No.
I pulled up on the.
Never let them see your weak.
Oh, they saw.
Never.
Weakest I've ever been.
Never let them see it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'll figure that part out. We'll figure
The
it.
pint. You'll get your dream, buddy. It just I feel like.
Have them start a YouTube channel or a Twitch channel.
Okay, that's a hybrid between Roblox and. Okay, that's not a bad
and they
idea.
can raise money that way.
That's not a bad
They won't
idea.
make money that way. You got to sell goods or services.
No, you don't.
Yeah,
They need a Christmas tree lot.
starting a YouTube channel. They'll never. There's a million of them. They'll never make any
That's
money
why
off it.
Daddy comes on his big famous radio show
Yeah.
and promotes it.
Yeah, but then I promote it, and then some people are like, I think there's a lot better ones. Tom and Dan playing Minecraft. The other kids
Oh, they're
are.
great. Have you seen those guys?
They've been
They're
doing
good.
it for a decade, so they got the reps. My son's
Yeah.
at the start newbie. I mean, by the time they get good, it'll be 5 years from now. Like, it's no way. Like that ship has
Don't
sailed.
believe in your children.
Well, I say
No,
that's
I'm saying
amazing too.
You need
Like-
to sell something good on the internet where there's cash, there's something tangible.
Like Maisie will tell me, she'll be like, "I want to be a professional dancer," and I'm like, "You don't have the body for it. You don't have the
no.
style. You know, you got to have a specific. You're not a super.
Well, there's not that
athlete.
many professional dancer jobs. That's a problem. Like,
No,
there
there
are.
are. There are. They're just
Well,
not professional dancers.
Well, they're-
Professional dancers have jobs. They're just anything but professional dancers.
professional dancers rare.
Right. You
like-
got to go to L.A., New
I don't
York.
know, in the theme parks, there's a lot
That's
of
true.
professional
But,
dancers.
but that's a small. I mean, just in the
It
theme
is
park,
really competitive.
as opposed to a data analyst. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or
like
any
a
other
dancer
job.
for like the Magic or
That-
Solar Bears.
They barely
or-
get paid,
Yeah, it's
and
usually they have to have another job.
and
She's still-
insanely.
but if she wants to do it, She can.
Yeah, I'm
just
not
saying,
going to
but
squash her dream yet.
You could tell her.
But I will eventually.
What you want to do is insanely hard to just prepare her for
I
it.
just tell her she's not good enough, which I figured is an easier way to do it.
You're right. Yeah.
It's easier just to be like, you're not good enough to do that.
We should tell
Because
more
if
people
I,
that.
well, you should because if I
say,
tell
like,
her,
if you work as hard as you can, you'll obtain your dreams, which is not necessarily true.
he's right. But also, I'm talking out of my butt for the vast majority of this entire segment. But I'll be serious for a second. Here's something I am proud that Maisie does say. I'll ask her straight up because one of the things I was worried about is her level of confidence or her level of reality, right?
Yeah.
And I'll ask her. I'll be like, "Hey, are you the best dancer in your competitive group?" And she'll be like, "No, I'm pretty good, but I'm not the best." And I like that. I'm like, oh, God, she has a realistic idea of where she's at and where she wants to go instead of like just, yep, I'm
the best.
I think I would have been like, yep, I'm the best. No one better. Next question.
Oh, the opposite. I asked Max as I'm driving him to running class. I'm like, who's the fastest kid in your class? He's like, me. I thought, who's the smartest? He's like, me.
I like that.
But what if he is?
Yeah, he could be.
You know?
He could be.
Well,
Maybe
put
those
him,
are
put him
accurate
to the
answers.
test. When's the first track meet? I'll be there.
Statistics tell me different. Also,
Well, you've seen your son run. How fast can he actually run?
Who's faster?
I know Daddy can run at least 15 miles per
I
hour.
can blow the doors off him.
Yeah, you're fast.
Yeah. And
Well, I know you could beat him, but I'm saying is he fast?
but also, like, I've done the Castleberry School math, and no way to the fastest. No way. All right, let's go. There's got to be someone around this area that goes to the school that's faster. I'll bet money on it. Anyway, all right, let's get out of here.
All right. Thanks for listening, you guys. Bye.
Hello. This is your Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Welcome to the Friday free show of A Mediocre Time.
It is another A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
Tom,
Sorry about that.
Sam's here. What's going on, Sam?
What's going on?
Our wives
A lot
are
of
here.
estrogen in here.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of titties.
All right. That's another way to say it, I guess.
A lot of titties in here.
Crystal Van is here.
Nobody
How you
knows
doing?
what estrogen is.
Yep,
Andrea Dennis is here. How you doing?
I'm good. Women know what estrogen is. We definitely do.
What benefit? Like the
What does it do?
testosterone.
Oh, what benefit?
Well, no, I'm saying no.
What does it make you do?
No,
What is
hold
it?
on. I'm asking a
Well,
question.
look,
I'm
they're
not.
all fucking offended, and you just
Oh, no one knows. No one
You
knows.
can't even ask the origin of anything anymore
Nobody-
without everybody being fucking offended.
No, we all know like testosterone
Makes your dick hard.
Well, it makes you hit home runs.
Yeah.
It makes you better, bigger, better.
Makes you
better.
obsessed
Oh,
with...
Build Back Better, what?
Yeah, don't mention that.
Anyway, so, but I don't know. Would taking more estrogen do anything for you?
Gives you these titties.
Yeah.
Was that true?
Oh my God, TC.
Well, I was like taking estrogen will
What
make
do
you
you
grow
think people
bigger
that are
titties.
transitioning into women take?
Well, no, I know if you're a man.
Well, he
or,
wants to know, like, is the main thing that they're like, well,
I'm
we
saying-
have to grow you some titties, so here's your estrogen.
No, like I have testosterone already, but by taking like triple the amount, I will get more muscular. If I work out, I will have a bit better sex
Triple
drive.
the titties and get you guys some stat.
It will blow my hair out. So,
Is
yeah.
it? Don't you take that? I cannot handle bald.
Well, I'll
Oh,
be
wow.
ripped.
That is the
horny,
threshold.
ripped and horny.
Yeah, like
No,
you wants
not
to
bald,
be.
though.
We
No, thanks.
both want to be full Rogan.
So, but women have.
Two Red Rogans. Red Rogan. Oh.
Listen, I'll
No,
take
no.
a softie with hair any day.
So
I don't even know what that means. I don't know what a softie with
I
hair
don't need
means.
a rock hard man with no hair.
so my
No
question.
offense to anybody who's bald. I
Well,
apologize.
they-
Take that, Seth.
Well, we all
They
know.
definitely took offense to it.
Yeah.
They're like, I will take anything but a bald man.
Okay, no. Let me fix this. Okay, please.
Can't be
Have
fixed.
any
No
of you ever
offense.
seen TC with no hair?
I've seen it one time.
No.
I'm the only one other than you.
Didn't you used to have a buzz cut?
Well,
No, but remember
bet,
one time at Mako's, Tiffany shaved his hair.
No, I don't remember.
Poorly.
And I'm
Poorly.
not saying I can't take any bald man. I'm saying I can't take him bald.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't
not
bald. I just look like
wear
a
it.
skinhead. You know, like
look
King
like-
Kong
Now
Bundy.
I kind of want to see this.
You know how there's
Do you have
always
pictures?
Yeah,
in
I
every good, well, there's no good Nazi movie, but in every good Nazi movie or well put together Nazi movie, there's always one impressionable fat teen that's on the fence about becoming a Nazi.
Yeah.
And you look like an on the fence Nazi. You look like the fat teen.
Old American History X.
That's
over
what
here.
Yeah.
she's gonna say.
Exactly.
Rosacea.
Every Nazi movie has the one kid who's like, I don't have any friends. Maybe I'll join the Nazis. That's you.
If you're
100% you.
if you're young,
Impressionable.
white, and impressionable
Yeah.
with rosacea,
Yeah.
maybe a Nazi.
Maybe a Nazi.
So women have to have like a certain amount of testosterone as well. But if a woman has a hysterectomy, they have to take estrogen so they don't grow. That testosterone doesn't take over.
American Hysterectomy X.
Wow.
Bring it
We're
full
off to a
circle.
good start. We're off to a good
No,
start.
but my point being, by taking more estrogen,
Nazi
Make-
without girl parts.
like make things better for you. It doesn't seem
I mean,
like it does.
What
Because if it
does
did-
better mean? You know,
Well, like testosterone will make us more ripped and horny and
It makes us
feel
horny
better.
too.
So more estrogen will make you more
Your
horny.
libido, it affects
Wait,
your libido, yes.
testosterone
No,
makes
no,
us horny?
estrogen.
I've always heard
But I
that
never hear women
estrogen-
taking more estrogen.
Yeah, well,
I-
it happens. Trust me. Go to a gynecologist.
You need estrogen to make that pussy wet.
Yep.
But maybe if your estrogen is low,
I heard
but
that.
like say even if your testosterone is normal, by taking more, you will get like you'll be able to get better muscles.
Yeah.
Like you'll burn fat. You know what I'm saying?
But
Like
you can
there's
also-
benefits.
You can also.
So women who are going through menopause can take more estrogen to relieve like those symptoms of menopause. So like hot flashes, vaginal dryness, chills, difficulty sleeping.
That's what I was
excess
saying, but you guys all
sweating.
make. I said that not even
It's just
30
like general
seconds
health
ago.
for us.
And the
Correct.
only person that gave me love was Crystal Van,
And it
my
prote-
favorite person on the show.
It protects our bones. So really, like, it's not going to
Protects
be
your
like
bones.
a testosterone that you're not going to get ripped.
Estrogen,
or-
the
That's what
great
I-
bone protector.
Typical of any male, female, you guys get all the goods and we get all the shit.
nothing.
Yeah,
So
some
here-
guys get
here-
all the luck. Rod Stewart.
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
Here are the side
All right,
effects.
Dangerfield.
The side effects of too much estrogen, you crazy boys. Blood clots, cancer.
Wow.
Oh, so taking more actually
Hold on.
hurts you.
Did you hear? She just called us wild and crazy boys. We're the crazy
Wild and
boys.
crazy
Hey,
boys.
welcome back to the new show. It's
So-
Tom and Dan, the Crazy Boys.
People who take estrogen may develop dense breast tissue.
Yo, dog, you got some dense ass breast tissue.
Correct. So
The chat does want to remind us that we were supposed to be doing plugs at the top of the show. We went
We-
straight into
Too much
estrogen.
fun. Too much fun.
Anyway, check
Hey,
out
man,
the
they are
merch.
keeping
Hold
you
on a
check
second. I
out
can
the
do
They
this.
do.
Hold on a second. I can do this. When you take too much testosterone, you could blow all of your hair out, requiring what? Easy for me to say, plugs.
Oh, all right.
I thought you were
I
going to
did
say
it.
a hat.
I did. I had.
Buy us a hat.
Buy a hat.
And also book ARTND.com if you
Boy,
want
you're
to go
really
to
pushing
Sanford.
that hellhole, aren't you? Jesus Christ,
I was
this guy.
there. It was nice. I went.
was nice,
I walked to the bar, got drinks, walked back in 2 seconds. I was like, "This is awesome."
I got out of the shower. There was a glass of wine waiting
Yeah,
for me.
This guy's horny. All comes back to horny.
You could probably yell your order off the patio, like off the porch, right? It's like I see the bartenders. Anyway,
I mean, we should be able to figure out something. Couldn't Paul have a cart boy deliver booze to the Air T&D?
I mean,
for a nominal fee?
the
Also,
wine-
get your Solar Bears tickets for October 23rd.
Yes. We'll all be out at the first game, and we're going to subsequent home games for the rest of the year. We'll be announcing those dates, but the
we're
first home
spending
game.
Thanksgiving there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Andrea's
yeah.
stoked. I've never seen my wife more excited to stomp on American tradition. That like
Because I feel like there's a lot of pressure on holidays
Yeah.
and Thanksgiving and family
Easiest
stuff.
yes
Why
she
not do
ever
something
said.
fun? Yeah.
Right.
Easiest yes she ever said. I said,
said,
hey, do you want to go
please.
to the Thanksgiving Solar Bears match or game? And she's like, absolutely, because you've always liked
It's
hockey.
on
though.
Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah.
It's gonna be. I'm gonna try and meet up with some listeners and do like I don't know
Tell-
turkey
tell
It's
sandwich
like
them-
early. It's
somewhere
like
and-
noon, so I feel
Yeah,
like
tell
you
them that like if you don't want to hang out with your family, say, I've already got plans.
Yeah,
I'm
and,
sorry.
and come hang with me and Andrea and Maisie, and we're all
Yeah.
going there. And I don't know if Gringos is open, but if they are, I'm eating Gringos on
Or
Thanksgiving.
I'm
Oh
getting some
my
of that
God.
popcorn. That popcorn at the
mouth hugger on Thanksgiving.
Dude,
Hell yeah.
I'm just telling you, it's a better way to live. And we've we've made either Thanksgiving or Christmas kind of since my mom passed. We've always made the meal a little weird.
Yeah, it's not.
And this is super weird. Now we're going to a hockey game, so it's just more fun.
I'm just down to eat that cheese popcorn.
I know.
So the reason we're recording this Friday Free Show early is because we heard a couple months ago, was it 2 months ago?
Like
that
2 months ago.
Your brother was getting married after he ran the Ironman, and even more special, he's getting married to his fiance, who is also running the Ironman that day. And then they're getting married after. And
I can't believe they're getting married after doing that. They could barely walk.
The day after.
After they did Alaska, they could barely walk.
Mary said
they are tough as shit.
She doesn't think. I feel like, I think even Jetson would say that Mary's like the tougher of the two. Even though Jetson's super tough. I'm just saying she said that, she was all like, we're not going to walk as bad as we did in Alaska because you think about the cold there and everything, right? It's completely different.
It affects your bones.
But I feel like it's easier to walk after the cold. They're going to be running on lava.
I think that's true.
Well,
the heat relaxes
the elevation,
your muscles, right?
though, maybe in Alaska,
I
don't know.
I heard it's one of the hottest places to do these
It
races.
is.
Well,
But they did that Idaho one a couple years ago.
That's
it was
right.
so hot.
Yeah.
So I think hopefully.
Anyway, we decided we have to go. Crystal
Have to go to Hawaii.
It is. Well, it was
a damn good reason to go, though.
But also a stinger financially. To be honest, like I'm not rolling that deep.
Yeah, because they gave you like
Adele.
6 weeks notice.
No, we didn't have time to. I wasn't going to go to the race. I would love to go see it, but like that's a really long way to go, an expensive place to go to see a race. I could see one stateside, but then when they said they were getting married, I was like, okay, thanks, Jet. You're like forcing me into an amazing vacation, and it'll be great. And we're gonna stay with my parents' condo, so that's gonna help a little bit. And everything goes on a credit card, and we worry about it later.
Yeah. Like every Florida real man.
Yeah.
But anyway,
that's why you build good credit.
The Crystal mentioned the other day, like when we're out there, why not renew our vows, right?
Oh my God!
And
really?
so
I'm all
I
for
know
that.
I talked about
This
this.
is our 15 year.
I definitely
Absolutely
think you
not.
gotta do it.
15?
No,
Sorry.
I definitely think you got to do it. And I think you got to like write your own vows. I think you got to dress.
Oh my God!
You got to dress like Moana, and you got to be Maui. Maui. You like the testosterone Maui.
And the boy's the heart of
Tafiki? Yeah, they can bring the heart of Tafiki out to both of you.
Oh my God!
I know which one the rooster is. He's
He's not going to say which one. It's going to haunt them forever.
Yeah, but the sad thing is that
and
I
Pua.
know. I know exactly which one the chicken is.
So the
His name is Hey. Jesus Christ, guys.
Well, it's a pig and a rooster.
Yeah.
Right. All right.
well, first, do you remember what we even did for our original vows?
I have them somewhere. We picked the lesbian one.
Yeah.
Well, I know that.
Is this the real wedding or the after one?
No, our real wedding on the boat.
The boat.
So, but did we say our own, or did we write our own, or did the captain just say?
The captain just did it.
He said the ocean one, right?
Oh,
There was the
man.
non-religious, like your love is like a starfish, or whatever. That's
the gay one.
They didn't. They didn't.
It didn't
any
have-
religion.
It didn't have any gender mentioned.
It's either your love is like a clam. I know what that is. Or your love is like a
Like
starfish.
the
I know what that is.
the non-religious ones that he had,
Yeah.
like the captain comes down and says it is the like
The
non-religious.
captain was Mexican Daniel. I saw him.
I
He
had
was
the
a
guy that
little-
officiated ours like really go heavy on us to put something with God in it, and I was like, absolutely not.
No, really, you're trying to.
He
think-
went back and forth with us even up until
Why
the
does he
day
care?
of. He was a minister.
Oh
yeah. That's
it's
fine.
weird that you got a minister. Just get a clerk of court.
The only
or
fucking
whatever.
reason we did was because he played the harp, and Travis really wanted a harpist to play the music as we walked down the aisle. And we got him for a deal, a 2 for
Leave it
1.
to
He
your uppity
officiated.
husband to need his harp.
I like that. I like that move.
Yeah.
Well,
2 for 1.
Well, this leads me
I'm
to
getting
what
my harp.
into what I wanted to talk about, because I suggested we're going to a wedding already, right? They're getting married after this Ironman, and then I'm like, they hired the notary or whoever the hell.
Oh, I feel cringe coming.
And
Yeah,
they
it
have
is.
a lattice. I know why everybody's cringed about
Yeah,
this,
you
but I'm
don't
like,
do this.
it makes logical sense to me.
You are so weird.
None of your logical
We all
senses.
know. Everybody knows where he's going, right?
Right.
Yes.
So let's get there. Let's.
Okay, yeah, no,
Is ratchet
I'm
as
not-
hell.
I don't want to get there. I want to get
I'm
out of
not
the car.
I'm not even gonna tell anybody. Like me and the boys are standing there in our linen pants or
No,
whatever.
and you got to wear underwear because you can't have your ding dong flopping around. Please wear underwear.
Water runs dry.
Because you have a long one.
You're gonna have to get white underwear too if it's white linen pants.
Yeah,
because
you
you
can't
can't have your Kraft mac and cheese.
Yeah, this guy walks in here with his Austin Powers novelties on.
Yeah,
or
you'll see
something.
right
Yeah.
through.
Yeah, can't be wearing that.
So
what are the other ones you have? You have Shamrocks. You have some Guinness boxers.
No one will even know. I'll work this out. Like, I'll ask Jetson, like, hey, what's the number of the notary you're
Let
gonna
me
do?
call and ruin your wedding.
No. I'm gonna call him and be like, hey,
Nobody actually has. It doesn't have to be official. Anyone can renew your vows.
No, I don't know. I'm just gonna ask him who is doing your vow renewal, and then I'm gonna call that person and be like, hey, just after you do theirs, just stick around, give it like 10 beats so everybody
And
gets
then
out.
just point at us and go, you too.
No. And then we'll go run up there. They'll be taking the chairs out or whatever. We'll enter the lattice work.
Go.
And
That's not very romantic.
Yeah, what's the point?
The portal's still active. The portal's still active. Jump into the wedding.
And then I'm like, do ours real quick. Like, we'll do ours, get it done, and then
Quickie
I'm sure they'll hire a photographer. I'll even ask the photographer. I'm like,
no,
hey,
you can't piggyback on the photographer.
Well, he's already gonna be there.
This is why, you know what? You're giving the listeners the answer they knew you were going to give, and you're making them sad.
No, but it makes perfect sense because then they all make a couple $100, and then we save an insane amount of money trying to do.
But you're I mean, I know you're cheaping out on that. That's what the whole thing is.
No,
but then
they're
you're
not
making it not
cheaping
special.
out. They're going to Hawaii for Christ's
You're
sake.
taking away from their wedding.
You're taking away.
Yeah.
It's like proposing to somebody at a wedding or proposing to somebody.
What did I say? I
at
said
a
this earlier
wedding.
today. That was my example. Was like you wait until somebody got married and then you go, well, now that we're all together, I'm going to ask Andrea to marry me. It's don't steal the shine.
Now
man.
it's about you.
I'm not going to do it before. Like the
but it's even after.
Actually, I like that better. Do it before.
And no one even
I'll tell
know.
you.
So you're just
get the head start.
You're just vow renewing for each other. Like nobody else is going to be there.
No, it would just be us, and I don't even know if we're gonna do it. We're probably not. No, we're not gonna do it. That's absurd.
You guys should
But
do
it's just-
it.
I
They
mean,
have
we
this
can,
new
and
thing
right
where
there,
they'll renew
$100.
your vows while you're inside your wife doing tantric moves.
On a volcano.
They say that there's nothing more romantic than having to say your vows while you're inside your partner.
I'm not against the vow renewal, but just not at the same time.
I am. I
there.
said it once. If you don't believe it that time, then fuck off. I'm done. I'm out.
No.
I said it one time.
I'm a different
good.
person now than
I
I
don't-
was 15 years ago, and so is he. So like we should.
Well, what if you get up there and you're like,
I'm better.
Oh!
I look better.
Extreme confidence.
you do look better.
Yeah.
You're more successful.
I almost got 2 abs on the top.
More successful.
Yeah. I got more money.
You got more money.
Alright.
Well, you're using a lot of it, but you have.
How are you as a husband? Are you a good husband?
Well, I can argue that I was always the same.
Wait, but you're making this whole stance that you're better now.
Exactly.
I didn't get better or worse at being a husband.
Yeah.
It was
Alright.
just the same.
Yeah.
I mean, you could say that, right? I've never. It's not like it got worse.
Oh, I've gotten worse.
Like, have you?
I think I have.
His
well,
neuroses
I lost
have
my
taken
confidence.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I lost
What
my
is
every
anxiety?
morning I wake up, I ask her, "Am I okay? Is this okay? Is that all right? Is this okay?" And I'm fucking scared. little-
Sitting, playing with the puppy, going.
Yeah. Well, when you
See, this is why you wanted to invite my wife in. So I'm sitting there. I'm having anxiety attack. I'm
Anxiety.
holding a fucking puppy. I'm barfing.
The cutest thing in the world, and he's still like anxiety, like.
Once you start keeping your pee-pee bottles, you just keep more. you never like, hey,
No.
I got less pee-pee bottles.
Yeah, hey, I got rid of 2 of them.
Does that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean?
It's Howard Hughes. Once you go crazy, you go more crazy. It's not like you get less crazy. I know what he's saying. We have a love language.
Daniel knows. He got it.
This is my husband.
It
I'm going to redo my
Why,
vows.
yeah, why don't you guys
I'm
renew?
crazy.
It doesn't get better. Like, oh, you know what? He's driving. He's flying a plane. Anyway, so let's now that my wife's here, let's talk
Crystal,
about
her name's Crystal.
how did I save the house from getting flooded single-handedly
For hours.
You already told us this.
I heard she was out there too.
I gotta say it in front of my wife so that people hear, because all they hear on these WifeCasts are how horrible I am. And
I don't know. I feel like when I come in here, you talk about how horrible I am.
no.
Wait
it's
a
a
minute.
horrible
I
off.
feel like when you guys come in here, you talk about how crazy I am.
Who's worse?
This is like a world's worst edition of Clue.
all I'm saying
Poor
is
Andrea.
I just watch all y'all.
Yeah, she just goes home. She's like, well, I'm well adjusted. I'm fine. I'm organized.
Like, can we wrap this thing up? I got meetings. Start Ted.
I'm just saying that I bailed out the pool for 4 to 5 hours by myself.
Can I hear your side? Like,
I
how
would love it.
nerve?
Yes, I would love
Okay.
Okay, so
now the problem.
Okay.
Ooh, she's doing like the puppy.
Normally we are the first to lose power of like the entire city. I don't know why, but somehow we kept our power through most of the night.
I know why.
So we had.
It starts with a C.
I don't know what you're.
Yeah.
Oh. Anyway, whatever. We kept our power. So for the first time ever in one of these big storms that we're always outside in the middle of the night bailing the pool out, we had power to be able to pump the water out to the street. What a blessing.
Should have pumped it down your toilet.
I know.
Could have saved yourself some time. That toilet that's right by the pool.
No.
Pump it, a hose through the window, right in the toilet, right by Max's little shiny butt.
Yeah,
do you run a hose into the drain?
It goes to the storm drain. It goes to the street, basically, and then it ends up in the storm drain.
Should have put it in your toilet, apparently.
Yeah, I know. It goes underground.
No, God. Ever since you told me that, I'm horrified.
I had to start deleting emails. I'm just like, I don't want to get implicated in some sort of government scandal. Like, I didn't do anything. I didn't say nothing.
I'm horrified by how genius it is. I can't believe you thought about it.
No, you're not horrified by how genius it is.
Orlando?
You're actually upset that you didn't think to do it. It sounds like something you would do.
The hole is right there. I never thought pump your stormwater down the hole. Anyway, sorry.
Well, as TC sometimes does, it's fine. It's fine. And he likes to sometimes take shortcuts instead of taking the hose off, putting the screw cap back on. He just left the hose on from the last time we pumped it out. And in that case, all the water drained out of all the pipes and the pump. So then when he turned the pump back on, it exploded.
Dry pump.
Yeah.
Now
we have electricity and no pump. Because it burned up.
You can't have it all. Give to the Magi. Give to the Magi. I sold my pump to get you water. I sold my water to buy you a
the
pump.
reason why I was bailing was caused by me. That's
not so hero.
Okay, this isn't what we heard. Not fully. Not fully.
Even if you crash the plane and you help save everybody, like then it balances out, right?
We got the pump story after he saved everybody,
but you crashed him,
and the pump just happened and like.
No, the pump blew early. It was only like midnight. And I mean,
you kind of told us, like, at least the way that I took it was that, and look, I'm trying to be neutral here, but it sounded to me like the pump, you were just trying to be more convenient by leaving it hooked up.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know, like, and hold on.
Save yourself a couple steps.
I turned it on with our phone, and then I left Chris outside. I'm like, let me know. And
left
your fault. You're like, hey, smoking. And then I'm running outside. I'm buttoning my pants. I'm like, what?
I was jacking off.
I'm like, oh, God, it stinks like a melted robot.
It really did.
What are the boys doing?
Like metal was melting.
Asleep.
Okay.
It smells like a melted robot.
So wasn't it making noise? I feel like you could have maybe turned it off once the grinding started.
Dude, don't.
I feel like by the time it started smoking.
Put this in your valves.
Like it takes a while to burn out a pool pump, right? Like it was like it starts.
If it's dry, no.
You are my dry pump. You are my smoking robot.
Like
and I love you.
You could run a jet ski dry for a while before the engine melts.
Well, trust me, I've been riding a dry jet ski for the last 15 fucking years.
I was just saying, but I think the pump will run for like how long was it running? It takes me a while to pee nowadays, so I was in there for a minute.
God.
Especially the storm. I'm wet.
Yeah,
it's already wet outside. And why couldn't you just peed outside?
Oh my God!
Honestly,
well, because like it was pouring. And
yeah. So what? You're already wet.
Just wash
I'm with
right
him.
off.
I want to get dry.
Well,
I don't stand in the pouring rain, pee in my pants.
This is before I was soaked. Anyway.
Okay. Well, hold on. Let's keep going. So the gutter, we have a gutter problem too, right? Like we always have a flooding problem.
He said he fixed that. I was over there with the wizard, John, who hates being called the wizard. Sorry, John. And John, and I said, hey, this gutter, and you're like, it's fine. And you're like, I got it all fixed. It's all good to go. He did.
So he bought these metal things, these like
gutter guards.
Yeah, but they don't fit because our screen is here and then the gutter is down and then the roof is here. So like they just don't clip on like they're supposed to. So he's like, it's okay. I just leaned them up against the screen.
The old lean up.
Lean up.
Well, there was no way to. They're supposed to clip in, but they don't in the way that my gutter is engineered.
Yeah.
So I just
the angle of your dangle is a little different.
So in the middle of the night, I saw these white metal things flailing around outside in the wind.
Well, they blew off the roof.
Now I know why you put this on the list. It's because your story and her story are two complete different shows. If you put these shows side by side, they're completely different movies.
They actually fell into the gutter, clogged
the gutter. The exact opposite of what it's supposed to do.
It created a dam-like structure where all the leaves piled up against them, which caused
making the gutters weigh 1,000 pounds.
Yeah, and then overflow into the pool.
Right.
Which already had a problem.
Which is overflowing onto our deck, and our house is only like an inch above the deck. So.
My God, you're inside peeing.
Yeah. Well, then at one point I told you this. We panicked. And then I said, I'm like, we're not, it's going to go. Like,
it's going to blow.
Every
get
time
all
you
the
guys
shit
do
out of
this,
here.
Every time you guys do this, I envision you on your sailboat in the Caribbean. Right? Remember, that was the dream. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but every time this happens,
we need to see the security footage.
I close my eyes and I think to myself, I'm like, they're on a boat, they're on their dream boat in the Caribbean in a storm, and this is what's happening.
Yeah. Well, no one to hear the tale because we'll be dead. Anyways, so at one point, because the gutter guards and all of I realized that there's no more bailing. It's going to go no matter what. Like, we can't, it's flooding too much. I can't keep it out. So
you just were giving up at this point.
Yeah, we just moved all our furniture out of the 2 back rooms that are sunken.
Yeah.
We'll never go in those rooms again.
Which, by the way, why does the goddamn rowing machine have to weigh 800 pounds? Like, why is it so heavy?
The Peloton one is that heavy too, man. These things they're too heavy.
So
make it light.
I'm picking it up in the middle of the night of the shoes and kicking the shoe falling out and then putting it. By the way, my kids are asleep the whole time.
The irony of the rower, you should just row it down the road.
Like, what happened to helping your old man when the law comes to
let
kill
him
you?
Sleep.
Like,
let him sleep.
Like,
Aren't they usually up all night, you said?
No, until there's something has to be done. And then, I think they're pretending to sleep, honestly. Because the lights are on, I'm screaming. We gotta get this thing out of here.
It's different. My dad would have had me out there doing like
not at 7.
No, I don't know.
This is so low.
I open the bottom cabinet and I see the sewing machine. And then I look over and I'm like, should we move this?
Right.
And then I had to move it. But then I thought, why? Like, if it does get flooded, no one will know. Sorry. Anyway, that's just a joke.
The needle broke.
No.
I have a needle, man.
Those are hard to find, man. There's so many.
I have more needles. I have a sewing machine.
Anyway.
Oh, it's not. You're not.
It's all good.
You're going to get punched in the face if you said that if I were sitting on the couch.
And then after the hurricane, it cleaned up the whole yard. Then I helped Crystal's mom with gas and her generator. I don't know. Husband of the year.
That's pretty good, man.
Husband of the year.
So how did you bail water out?
5-gallon Lowe's bucket.
He was throwing it in the neighbor's yard.
Again, that's gonna take some points off of Hero.
I feel like I'm listening to a
It was in our yard, but it was
story. It's actually a bad story.
Every good hero
the
has
sump pump was nearby. The only place because that or I have to walk like a penguin over and then dump out.
Oh, the sump pump. Yes. He started yanking on the black cord or the black hose of the sump pump, and it disconnected underground from itself.
That's unfortunate.
Now also we lost the pump.
Double
Why
pumps.
were you yanking the cord? You know not to do that.
He's shaking it around.
Well, because
he's like, it must be stuck. I don't know.
And
then it came
I'm going to
loose.
use my testosterone.
So now he's got to dig up the yard again.
Well, I gotta fish it through there somehow. I don't know.
No.
You gotta dig it up.
No, there's no way to dig it. I put a concrete over it. It's impossible to get to. Well, because it didn't seem like enough water was coming out, so I started yanking on it. Because I was in a goddamn panic. Once I burned the pool pump out, it was full blown. I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna flood my house. And then I was like, oh, I didn't just do the flooding insurance. I'm gonna have to say this the rain caused
So
this.
2 days ago, we came over to your house, right, to see the puppy.
Yeah.
And
Dansby Dennis,
I
the
had
most hated dog by Mets fans.
I had been texting Andrea, like, okay, we're going to come over. I think it's just going to be us. TC wants to change the oil on the generator. We still didn't have power. And I'm like, TC, I was trying to be as calm as possible and as
and
like not demeaning and rude
and ask real questions.
Yeah, I'm like, so in light of all of the events that have taken place,
that is rude.
A series of unfortunate events.
I didn't say that to you. I'm saying it now to everybody else. But
it does sound very legal.
I just said, like, we don't have power yet. Like, could we just maybe wait and do that after the power comes back, so we don't accidentally lose a piece. And then the nut fell down. I dropped it. I couldn't find it.
What does that tell you,
do you
Daniel?
want me to
You're
give you-
emotional.
Okay, I am
that tells
emotional.
you
So,
that
yeah.
she,
It
it's
would-
like you are such a fool that you don't know how to do this correctly. You're
Well,
gonna ruin
I
it
mean,
like you ruin
honestly,
everything.
you-
That's all I heard.
You do
Break
that to me
everything.
because I give it.
I do ask Daniel questions.
But she'll say things like that. And what I heard was, hey, are you sure you want to do that? Because there have been instances in the past where you go to upgrade something or make something better by changing the oil. I know it's nothing but a positive choice, right? It's like, I'm changing the oil in the generator for my family to make the generator be more efficient and last longer.
But-
I'm investing in my investment here, right? But valid point, did it need to be done then? Or were you only doing it because you constantly feel like if you're not doing something at all times that you have no value?
Yes,
Right?
Daniel.
Which is not the case. You're valuable.
No, well, I'm just working. Get to work. Change the oil. Get out there, clean the goddamn gutters.
Cece wanted to start the carburetor on one of the
Do it
kids'
now.
jet
Do it now.
four-wheelers was clogged or whatever. And he's like, I could do this myself. I could take it apart. I'm like,
Famous
oh my God.
last word.
And I said, TC, what's gonna happen is you're gonna do it. You're gonna do something wrong. You're gonna miss a step, and you're gonna be mad at yourself after hours of work. And he's like, no, I'm gonna watch a YouTube video.
Different people change. Different this
So
time.
then, guess what happened? He did it all. He took it all apart. He put it all back
He
together.
talked to James. Turkey
Talked
leg.
to James.
Yeah.
Watched a video.
He told
Doesn't
him.
start. And he's like, I think I put the thing back in upside down.
Which
Well,
know.
the problem is the goddamn videos, they're too long-winded. The nerd,
They are.
So he's
The
just
nerd
skipping
real
important
man.
parts.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
You
he's
know
like,
you can watch it on like 2 times.
But can I help you for a
but
second?
he's like, get
0.5.
the
Tom's right. The
napkins
best-
out and get the jars out to put your bolts in. I'm like, oh, get to it, old man. Oh my God,
Get to work.
I'm drunk.
That's the answer. The
Yeah,
best
yeah,
video
yeah.
online for my Ruckus, I do all the repairs on my Ruckus, is a deaf guy. Because he's not long-winded. He just shows you what he does.
Yeah, you told me about this.
Oh, this deaf guy.
We need this.
You find this Honda Ruckus if you ever have a problem with a Honda Ruckus, shout out to Seminole Power Sports. If you do get into trouble, you can take it to service department. But this deaf guy, he just shows you what he does, and his videos are like 3 minutes.
It's kind of like
6
IKEA
minutes.
directions.
Yeah.
You don't have to read.
It is better.
You know what happened is all like YouTube came out and then people started doing instructional videos because they're getting huge views, right? But then there's after you do the 10,000s how to change your oil on the generator instructional video, you start getting where I'm gonna be more entertaining. So you start adding in things that don't need to be added in.
Graphics.
And then
I'm going to tell you the history of the Honda 817 engine. This thing's been around since the 70s. Nobody cares, old man. I'm trying to fix
That's not why
this.
I'm here.
yeah,
I'm in an emergency situation.
But they do that. He's right. It'll be like, I'm going to tell you about these gutter guards. Now, these were invented by Jonathan Thompson out of Leesburg, Florida in
they're trying to-
1960.
because they're trying to be more entertaining than the other guy that's on YouTube.
And the longer people watch.
Yeah. And then there's an algorithm, and it's like I need to get, and then they're like push like.
So did you ever? You came over because I said, tell him he could come watch football, and that got him out of the house. But did you ever change the oil after you went home?
Yes.
Oh.
I got home and then because the problem was that I never changed the oil for this damn 6-year-old generator or whatever. And I started thinking, I was like, I don't think I've ever changed the oil. And then when I was checking it, it was low and like black as night.
It was black.
Which I was like,
Midget Mac, low and black as night.
which I was like, I don't think it's supposed to be this way. And then also I started looking up some information. They're like every 50 hours. I was like, it's been longer than that.
Is that your math noise?
Well, this is the problem because inevitably the generator seizes, and then the story is I never changed the oil and I seized the generator. And now we're buying a new one.
Can you see where she would be concerned that the story would be he went to change it, he lost whatever plug, he lost the cap, and now
Or it burned up.
He was tipping the generator over. Like the oil thing was open, and then he didn't feel like it was coming out fast enough.
Well,
And he picks it up and tips it sideways, and then
That's called
something
speed
started
draining.
dripping from another corner of the generator, and I'm like, "There's something just
That's speed
dripping."
draining. He's
That's
doing
fine. It
yeah.
drips.
It's a
That's
different
normal.
technique.
That's the
Speed-
drippy corner.
Yeah, you can't wait for the oil to come out. You're not supposed to put a pan under and just let it go. You're supposed to violently.
Oh, by the way, I put
Shake it out.
I put a Tupperware, just one I found in the kitchen.
Yeah,
And
I
then-
put anything under there. Don't
Yeah.
talk to my garbage man. I throw batteries away. I throw motor oil. I throw everything
Now I
away.
got a
Everything.
Tupperware of oils just sitting there in my
Oh,
garage.
I have
I'm
20
kicking
in my
you.
garage. 20 of them in the garage.
yeah.
And once a year I put one in the garbage and I find it. They put it back. And I sneak it back in there. They put it back.
Anyway.
What are you supposed to do with it?
You have to take it to the dump.
I think you're
That's so
supposed to.
far away. Why don't they make a dump closer?
I always
Because
thought.
I don't want to live
I
amongst
don't
the
want
dump.
to. I don't want to live. In
I
a
always
dump.
thought that we should be able to just dig a hole and put our trash in it.
That's the dump.
Why don't we just flush it down the...
I call it the trash hole. Why not?
Just put it down the toilet.
Yeah.
So
Actually, that's not a bad idea. What would happen? I'm not saying anybody should do this, and I don't want any more unsolicited phone calls from OUC.
Hey, we're in the clear. I got the message.
Are you like? Would they know if I?
Start
Because I got 20 Honda Ruckus oils in my garage. If I just started once a week,
Yes.
put one in the toilet,
It would sludge us
and then
up.
just acted like nothing
Listen,
happened,
one-
would I eventually have a
The
problem?
other day, you clogged the toilet and it overflowed, and Maisie started freaking out
She
that
started crying.
it was gonna flood in our
Because
house.
the turds were floating around in there. There was loose ones.
And I had to run and get the plunger, and Daniel's plunging, and then finally it goes down. So if you throw motor oil in there,
Tell them about my plunge, my perfect plunge.
it was like,
I went in there. I clog the toilet a lot. I take big beer can shits.
oh my god! And he does
I
a
have a-
courtesy flush, like
Yeah, I don't.
mid-flush.
I don't
so
courtesy flush, and I sit there for.
You don't courtesy flush?
I do not.
Do you just load the toilet paper?
I
out?
put 8 billiard
loads
balls.
on loads.
I put 8 full billiards balls full of
My
paper
children
and poop.
do that. You
Yeah, I
should
put
be
it
doing
all
that.
in there, and then I flush it as a gamble. I'm a gambling man. Tom gambles on the sports book. I gamble on the toilet. And I flush it, and it doesn't go down. Well, this time, everything went in, but then the water started rising, so it wasn't as gross.
Well,
But
and then I go in there to go to the bathroom, and then I try to flush, and that's when it starts coming. And
by the way, the
you
rule
left
on
it?
that is
I didn't poop. I didn't
whoever.
poop.
It's
I
no.
just
The rule
peed.
on that is if you flushed it, you're the one that fucking clogged it. That's the rule.
well, I did run and go get the damn plunger.
So it went all the way to the top, and I swear to God, it had a meniscus like you're in science class. You could see the water, like edging out. The surface tension of the water was the only thing holding the water in the top. Oh, we're going to get doo-doo water in the floor. And I slipped the plunger in there like so delicately, like easily. Like you guys had your mouths, or you were like, this is like watching an Olympic athlete. And I put it on there, and I was like that, like real fast. And then went
the 1-inch plunge.
and
One
then, the 1-inch plunge. That's the name of the show. And then it went.
we
and that
have a
was it.
special plunger too, because this has happened before. It's not the regular, red one. It's a
No, you
black
idiot.
one
The
with
red one is for sinks, and the black one's for turds.
What?
Yeah.
The slinky black one,
The
right?
red one
no,
is for
not
your
a
sink.
sink. It's a black,
Yeah.
like
Look it
bell
up.
with
Look it up. Yeah.
a smaller thing right
The
here.
red
that
one is a
gets in
kitchen
there.
sink plunger, and the black one with the yellow handle, that's for emergencies. That's for doo-doos.
I thought you were talking about the one with the it's the black plunger with the
accordion.
The accordion at the end,
Yeah.
where it's like a full blown.
No, this one has the dome, and then it has an extra little piece that comes
yeah.
out.
Like a
I've seen
lip.
those.
Like a lip, and then you put the lip down in there, and you just give it the 1-inch plunge, like you said, and it'll go.
What? I've never heard of this
Well,
before.
That noise.
Two, we're on the
no,
second floor.
I never heard that there
Oh,
was a
there's
plunger for a
different
sink.
Yeah, because
So-
like the red one is got only 2 uses. The red one is for a kitchen sink or for a trumpet player that uses a mute. Like wah, wah, wah.
So
Well, every
this-
time TC clogs our kitchen drain by throwing too much food down there, we have to call Emerald Plumbing out. And they come out and they unclog it for us.
Dude, they've
That
told
happened
me.
one
I
time.
didn't realize.
I was like, God damn,
No.
how many times are you
And now
clogging
we-
up the sink?
It's
He
happened
shits
at
in the
least
sink.
twice. At least twice.
Well, now we okay. Hold on. Let's talk.
You know, I would
Right
like
down
to. I would
fan.
just like to tell both of you, as our wives, that we do not deliberately make these shows turn into. He said they're always like we get you guys in here, and then we just start like yelling at each
Okay,
other about all the shit we
Do
do.
you know what
Just
you are not supposed to put in the? Emerald schooled me on it last time.
No,
Yeah, it's
Andrea,
very
can I ask you,
conservative.
is it plastic baggies?
No, I don't put a plastic baggie down there.
Labels from the bottom
Oh,
of.
you could put some labels and fruit labels.
I do fruit labels too. I'm with you on that
Paper.
one.
It'll do paper.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't
yeah.
break down.
Paper gets wet. and then
Eggshells is a myth too. You
my
put anything down there.
Jesus.
So one
And
time.
also,
Eric is listening to this.
If
He
we-
puts
so
it down
mad.
right before he finishes doing the dishes.
that's
So
like-
then the water turns off and it just sits there and expands slowly.
Oh my God.
That's like a lawyer telling you, "Oh, don't do that, you'll get sued." I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, well, that's everybody in your world sues
Well, you've
everybody.
had to
You're
have
a lawyer.
Emerald come out, so
Well,
there's a
that's-
problem.
well, that's all they see. But yeah,
What
they,
is the
you know,
point of a garbage disposal if you can't put everything down?
It's called
Yeah.
garbage
Yeah,
disposal.
if it's- yeah, I
Well,
put. What do
it's
I
not
put down
called-
there? I put garbage. I don't like labels and rinds or
Yeah,
like
yeah.
don't put eggs down there. Well, it's fucking garbage. What do you want me to put down there?
Just like a light mush
Yeah.
disposal.
Why- yeah, exactly.
It's
What do
called
we-
a fucking garbage
you
disposal.
can't, I can only put cheese in it, or no, you can't even put cheese in it.
They
right?
don't want cereal, no rice.
I'm like, well,
no.
then
Rice!
They don't want stuff that
Just
later
expand.
expands in the pipe.
No,
I put rice, and that's what clogged us all
There's
up.
no goddamn blades in there. I feel it in my hand.
Yeah,
when
me
I'm
too.
unclogging
Blades don't
it.
get rice.
Right, like what happens behind the blade?
Sometimes-
there's a pipe that's
It's
this
magic.
big.
Sometimes I stick my hand in there and I feel the blades, and the blades are like, they feel rusty, but I don't think they are, but they're dirty or something. And I'm feeling the blades, and I think to myself, if you just turn this motherfucker on, it'll be a better life. You think how much sympathy you'll get if you gnarl your hand off?
Oh,
Honestly,
don't. I think about it every time. Every time.
I do too.
I think
Everybody
about doing
always
it.
thinks about it.
I'm like, that will save the show. I like, you got to gnarl
It's
your
like
hand.
when you're standing on a cruise ship and like you have
Yeah.
this urge to
Yeah,
jump
yeah,
off.
yeah.
Same thing.
I'm just saying, there's blades, and then it's a goddamn drain. It chops it up down the drain.
And it goes, it
Anyway,
fails
so-
too much. To be, I don't even want one now.
So-
Like, garbage disposals are shit.
By the way, now, because it clogged one time, and
2 times $500.
and then Emerald told my wife, they're like, "Oh, you're not supposed
I'm
to do
surprised
that."
you didn't try to fix that yourself.
I have.
Oh, I did.
I couldn't. I had the wrench. You buy the
Yeah,
special
yeah,
wrench.
oh,
yeah.
yeah, the
I
Allen
could have
wrench.
saved you some time. Yeah.
No, I know it's not. It was
No,
more
it was
than
a
that.
clog. He just
Way
kept
down.
running
No,
the
this
water.
was like a knuckle wrench. You put it on there, and you put your hand down there, and you lock it into place, and then you got to slowly turn it, and it disengages the blades.
There's a whole thing. Anyway, I watched the YouTube videos too long. Anyway, so
You need to find a deaf guy with a garbage
So
disposal.
now we can't use the garbage disposal. We have
That's what you do.
we have a mesh drain catcher
Oh,
that
you
all
pussy.
the food catch, and then it clogged instantly, and then I have to take the disgusting mush at the bottom and then dump it out in the fucking trash,
Yeah.
and then put it back. It just collects instantly, and then I'm mad because I'm like, "What's the disposal for?
He's right.
It's got a blade. It chops this shit up."
It
and by
does
the
it.
way, when Crystal's not looking, I'm stuffing everything down there, I'm chopping,
Whoa.
and it works
So
fine.
my grandpa, when we were growing up, would cut the top off of a milk jug and stick that just in the sink because they didn't have a disposal. So as he's doing it, he would.
What do I look like, a
scrape it
fucking
all
pioneer?
over
I'm not cutting a milk jug and dumping sludge
then
in
at
it.
the end of the night, like,
Polish.
Yeah, then you want me to walk into the outhouse, wipe my ass with
pour it
a...
into the trash. No, because that's easier than.
Maybe later some revenuers are trying to chase me off my property.
What's it have a chopper for? It's down there chopping it up.
Is there
I feel it with my hands.
Okay, is there a high octane like a Vitamix?
I don't know.
It's not
Y'all
about
need
the
to talk to.
disposal. It's not about the disposal.
It's about the pipes.
It's about the pipes.
I don't care about the pipes.
So the
Get
disposal,
bigger pipes.
Our clogs have never been related to the disposal. It's never been clogged in there. It's clogged down the line.
Yeah, or they got to
So
snake it.
the disposal just sucks the stuff into the pipe. So now if you have like paper, labels, and pasta and
But
rice,
that's what I think Daniel wants a better point before it gets into the pipe.
Yeah.
So the
Chop that shit like a Vitamix and get that thing into... Make it water
smoothie.
again. Yeah, make it a smoothie and suck it on out of there.
yeah, okay. Well, that I don't know, but the plumber who was over last time said, "I think you're under some misconception about what the disposal does."
This is really...
I'm always under misconception
This is
about everything.
this is actually you can only use this for wet Cool Ranch Doritos, nothing else. That's it.
No, probably
No,
that would
probably not.
expand.
That expands.
I hate. I don't even know what to put
So
in there
yeah,
now.
what can you put down?
Well, you can't put rice because I'm the one that ruined the last thing because I put.
Oh,
we had Maisie's
stuff.
favorite food is rice, so I put maybe 9, and we're like we live in Asian town. I put 9 metric tons of rice, and I'm like all the rice.
Chopping it.
And I'm a baby. And what did I like to do as a kid in the kitchen? I like the garbage disposal.
What?
Why? Because it's basically a saw. It's an electric saw for food.
This is what it says. What can you put down the garbage disposal? Soft or liquid foods?
Then why
A
have
general-
you know what's better than that? A drain.
You can put water down there.
It says a general.
Stupid.
If you can feed it to your baby, you can put it down the garbage disposal. Mini
I don't have a
solids.
It's not a baby. It's a goddamn chopper. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't reach down there and feel a baby's mouth.
Yeah.
I feel multiple blades. I'm just saying, what are the blades for if it can't handle more than a baby can handle?
Vegetables without peels.
I gotta
or
peel
fruits.
them. No, I'm not peeling the vegetables.
It can also go
Oh wait,
into the
is it
appliance.
lettuce? Didn't I do lettuce and they got mad at me? They're like, you can't do lettuce.
No,
I'm like, that's
cereal.
the weakest. That's the pussy ass vegetable, right? Lettuce is the weakest of vegetables.
You should be able to put
It
on.
says do not treat it like a trash can. It's misleading name
Well,
being
then-
called a garbage
Then
disposal.
they should have just called it not as good as a drain.
yeah.
Because a drain, I could put a full grape down a drain.
It does say you can put fruit pits, probably because it could chop it up.
No,
Corn
they
cobs,
don't-
vegetable scraps, cooked meat, small small bones, leftovers.
Small bones?
Hold on.
Wait a minute,
You
a
can't put some
baby?
sticker?
I can't put a potato peel down there, but I can put down some bones?
I'm
Yeah,
telling
I
you.
don't get it.
This goes under my Daniel.
Do
there's a
not
lot
put
of,
eggshells.
I pick the things I shit on carefully, and one of the things I shit on is beer can chicken because it's bullshit. The whole idea of beer can chicken. Look it up. All you dumb rednecks that think it's a bullshit. Garbage disposal is bullshit. It's just straight bullshit. Don't even get one. Just make a bigger hole and put grapes down there, 2x4s, whatever you want to put down there.
Make the holes bigger. We have too many clogs.
Our holes are too small.
Seriously, like, what? I mean, I would pay a little extra if they're building my house. Like, put some bigger pipes in there.
Yeah, you
It's like
remember?
big
I'm an old man,
right?
I'm
Like,
Yeah.
Can
I'm
they
the
put
oldest-
big pipes?
I'm the oldest person here. Remember when soda cans had a tiny little opening and you'd open your soda and you'd be sipping in a tiny but then somewhere along in the late 90s, early 2000s, they made it, every soda has a wide mouth. Like that's
Yeah, yeah.
I'm an old man. You guys don't remember this.
No.
But sodas used to be, the opening was about as big as a quarter.
It was like a teardrop.
Yeah, it was tiny. You'd go to get a drink, you'd be like, God, come out of there.
Yeah.
But now it's a big mouth,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Everything's
yeah.
a big mouth. Just do the same thing. We're fat, we're big, we got big assholes. And you guys make the toilets bigger, but you can't make the garbage.
yeah.
I unfortunately have to go. I hope you can continue this garbage talk. But
What do you mean by
Garbage
that?
toilet talk.
yeah.
What do you mean by that?
No, I
You
just
going to see my best friend? Oh, I have to play one voicemail for you before you
Okay.
get out of here.
Oh.
Hold on. I got to play this because I would never be. It would not be the same unless I played this. Hold on. I got to find it. This is for Andrea to make you sad.
As a Mets fan, but still a Tom and Dan fan. And man, that dog is cute, but fuck Dansby Swanson and fuck Dansby Dennis. All
wow.
these fucking home runs. Fuck
He sounds.
off.
Oh, he sounds drunk.
Well, we
and
swept the
high.
Mets, so as soon as she got that dog, and we do have to go to break because I came in late on this one. We do. If this might be a nice place to transition,
Yeah,
if
yeah,
you
yeah.
want to. But as soon as she got that dog, Dansby Swanson, the player he is named after, has gone on a
3
tear.
home runs.
And he is the reason that we beat the Mets. So all the Mets fans that listen to the show,
Mad at Dansby.
oh, they hate that dog. Bye, baby. I love you.
See ya. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. I've got a couple other things. You'll like this one about house maintenance.
You're going to like this.
And then we'll do some voicemail and email. Can you stick around, baby?
Yeah. Can you plug something real quick while I get a song?
If you want to book our Airbnb in Sanford, it's bookairtnd.com. We've got a bunch of new merch on the site. Tom and Dan straw hats for kids, whatever.
Yeah.
If you want to buy or sell your house, or if you're looking for a property anywhere in Florida, because the Bart Merrick team can refer you to an agent outside of the Central Florida area. Talk to them, but yeah, call up Crystal. What's your cell phone?
407-865-3863. I love pictures of your pets.
Oh,
okay.
okay. Serve for a second. Okay.
BartTheRealtor.com.
Yeah, BartTheRealtor.com. This is No Win from the Dodger Stadium album. I'm trying to tie it all in. The name of the song is Hit the Line. We'll be right back with more A Mediocre Time momentarily. Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
I'm Tom. Our Bad at Business Beer Fest is back. It's November 18th.
Yeah.
And
that's-
then Sofa and Suds is the 19th. But
It's November 19th.
Go!
and Sofas and
I thought
Suds-
it was the 18th.
It's the
No.
19th.
Oh, no.
It's Saturday.
No,
not
I've been
Friday.
saying 18.
No.
Okay, I've been saying 18 more than you've been saying 18.
19th, and Sofa and Suds
It's
is
the 20th.
20th.
Okay. I remember
Why are we
19th. I was
saying
like, is
18?
that Sofa and Suds or is that Beer Fest? Anyway, they're back to back.
I cannot
Saturday's Beer Fest. It's a free beer fest. Just show up around noon to get your sample cup. All you need is to be 21 and up.
Bring a
And-
friend.
And
Bring a friend,
yeah.
Share the event page.
We have plenty of sample cups to give out. We've got over 40 breweries at this point. Oklahoma Stackhouse is playing.
All the horns, full band.
And it's going to be, food trucks out there. We're going to have a Tom and Dan section, our merch section. The CBE group is out there.
What if I want a commemorative full pour cup?
That is being sold at the Yellow Brick Road tent.
Okay.
And this year, the full pour cup is going to come with a beer that Juan's going to pour for you. So
Pretty awesome.
you'll get the full beer and the full pour cup.
Juan's pouring?
I don't know if he's going to
Did
do
you
it.
just volunteer?
Well, he's going to be out there. I don't know.
You know,
if he's going to do
stuff
it
like that, people will do it.
They will.
They don't want to be embarrassed.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, do that.
And that's going to be for sale at noon as well. So, and all that goes to Yellow Brick Road Foundation. And then the next day is Sofa and Sud Sanford couch races.
Yes. Will Dansby Dennis be out there? Possibly, if he has all of his shots.
Yeah.
Somebody in the chat room asked.
It's dog friendly, of course, Sanford.
Yeah,
is.
bring your dogs as long as your dogs are friendly. And I would also say as long as they have all their shots, because that's the responsible thing to say.
So, Daniel, you know the house on the corner of my neighborhood that the old man was washing his tarps?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, because
I like that house because I like it up on the hill. And it was for sale, was it
Yes,
not?
it's old.
Oh, because I was like, that's a cool-ass house.
So this guy, the old man who lived there, the previous owner, would Daniel liked him because he'd bring his tarps out.
He'd fold them.
And then wash them with a hose.
Let them dry in the sun.
Fold them back.
Fold them back.
That was part of his maintenance routine, right?
I liked it.
These people meticulously maintained their yard.
Yeah,
They were out there every single day.
It was
taking sections of the yard and plucking every little
I hope that
thing.
wasn't one of the ones that you let your kids roll around in the grass.
No, the grass you can roll in the grass.
It looked like Legos. Like, it was nice. And the tarp thing
it's
was...
not begonias. It's St. Augustine. Hardy.
The tarp thing, it's a joke to Tom. It's not a joke to me. I like it. You know, like, he's fucking around, but why not? You know, or I guess you could buy a tarp every year, or you could pressure wash your tarp clean, let it dry in the sun, and then fold it up.
Pressure wash it.
He used a stubby pressure washer with like a white nozzle, and he was, hitting
They're
them.
meant to be dirty.
So my point being, and I'm glad Crystal mentioned that the guy's yard was meticulous, because we drove by the other day, and then like a pine tree fell down because of the hurricane, is leaning against another tree or whatever. And she made mention, she's like, man, it's such a shame. The new people who bought the house don't maintain the yard as meticulously.
Well, it's a flipper.
Okay.
So they don't care.
As the old man that used to live there, right? Because his yard, you could see some weeds growing up,
Did he
the
die?
bushes. No, he just sold it. He
just moved on.
And so
He's in Key West now with his ding dong out.
my point being, I'm like, yes, it takes a lot of work to maintain your yard and make it look beautiful. And
So
it
you
doesn't-
are the old man?
Well, I'm just saying, because I don't hear very much about how, every day we get home and I don't hear comments about how great our yard looks.
Well,
and,
that guy didn't have kids that wanted to spend time with him.
There's that. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it takes sacrifices.
That's true. That is
you
true.
can't do it all.
Yeah,
Like
George
can't have
Washington was out there, fighting on the battlefield. I'm sure his kids are at home, sewing a flag with Betsy Ross. I don't know how the history works, but I'm just saying.
He was fighting the redcoats.
Yeah, he's fighting the redcoats, the British.
He's hanging out playing with his kids.
Beating some British ass,
It's like some sacrifices had to be made.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
some gave all. That's
to have a beautiful backyard, you can't be 100%. There's only so much time. That's all.
Papaya tree went down pretty early.
It did. I don't even think there was a storm yet. Like, it was like the storm. There's a hurricane coming, and the papaya tree was like, I'm out.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it was planted properly.
It was top heavy.
Somebody wasn't picking the fruit.
Oh, hey, what's that mean?
You gotta pick the fruit.
You gotta pick the fruit.
Yeah, man. What kind of maintenance are you doing out there?
Yeah, dude. Why aren't you picking the fruit?
I was planning out tricking my sons to think I had magical powers. I had this whole thing. I was going to get a fire extinguisher and then make it blow out of the bushes.
Oh, my God.
What?
To be in your brain. You're just as crazy as me, man.
No. I was going to hire
This
Remy
show proves it.
Or
Hire Remy for what?
Yeah, there's a storm coming. This dude's trying to figure out fire extinguisher magic.
No, he was like, Remy will hide in the bushes, and then
Don't do that.
No,
he already got arrested for that.
No, I'm just saying. Yeah, and then when I eat the papaya, I'm gonna be like, I feel it, and then I'm gonna go, yeah, and then Remy will shoot the fire extinguisher out of the bushes, and my sons will be like, oh my God, like they'll think.
And then Remy leads out like, was that good, boss?
And then they'll think,
shut up, you idiot.
I have magic powers. Anyway, so I left the fruit on it, and then it fell over. So, all right. Last thing I had on my list is there is a dog that's terrorizing the neighborhood, right? and it's eating the cats.
It's eating them?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Like, no joke.
Well, I'm not sure
What
if it's
kind of
actually
dog is it?
physically
You guys honestly live in the
swallowing
it's
them.
fun.
It kills them good though. I don't think it eats them. It just
mauled-
shakes them.
It mauled. You guys heard about Dirty Woods cat? It mauled Dirty Woods cat to pieces.
Dirty
It
Woods
killed
cat.
the eyeball cat?
No, that
was
one
scary.
died.
That's Mambo Eye.
That was scary kitty.
Yeah.
So how many
that died
different
of eye
feral,
cancer or
how many
something.
different feline AIDS cats do you guys?
Oh, the whole
army.
They fight the raccoons.
Yeah.
Yeah, they keep their
I
eyes.
can't
They're
keep
friends.
up. It's like Game of Thrones. It's like you got the wildlings
They're
and then you got
different
the ice
games. It's
cats.
like the warriors.
Yeah, you know, it's like
the elves.
I would
the
be
orcs.
fine with it if the cats fought off the raccoons because then I'd be like, all right, that's fine. Like,
We
but
haven't had raccoons in a while.
no, they're still they're in the
No,
backyard.
they're just waiting for the hurricane.
I got the
They're
blinking
eating the
red
papayas.
Okay, I got. Chris also. I got these blinking red eyes that I have to screw into my friend's.
Yes.
It's
You
like
got
a
a
little.
haunted house eye?
It's like a little
But
black.
these aren't for haunted house. These
Oh,
are
I
like
know.
these are like legitimate.
It said, I bought them on Amazon. They said they scare away they have a whole goddamn line of animals all the way up to Cro-Magnon man.
All different kinds of eyes?
No, all they're
Make sure you buy the correct eye to scare the animal you want to scare.
They have a
I
bunch
have cheetah
of.
eyes everywhere. Cheetah eyes.
They're supposed to scare deer, moose, all
What? So the animal see, he's like, wait a minute, what kind of fucking eyes are those? That they can't.
I'm not scared of those eyes.
He's like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. I think those are raccoon eyes.
It's solar powered.
Coyotes, skunks, raccoons.
Yes.
You
deer.
bought solar powered coyote eyes and you didn't tell me?
They're
Dude, you've been
found it.
hiding. He's been
They
hiding.
even have little ears on them.
Yeah, the plastic.
Yeah.
It's molded like a cat or some shit.
That's some trashy shit.
Yeah, it's literally called Magic Cat Solar Animal Repellent.
Yeah. And then the
It's so cute.
I
Oh
thought
my
the
God, you are
eyes.
Castleberry Tiger King.
I thought the eyes just stayed red. I thought they were just gonna be red, but they blink fast. When I was
Yeah, so how are you supposed to scare if the eyes are just blood red? They're like, oh, that's an inviting, nice pair of red eyes.
Well, the problem is now I got blinking dots everywhere.
Like,
all over
seriously?
the
Looks
place.
like Ibiza.
And our yard at night is like a party.
It's like Electric Daisy Carnival.
Yeah, because I put the lights. I thought the lights would scare the raccoons.
Yeah.
They don't even blink.
And you're out there in
they don't
tiny
flinch.
shorts twirling in the light.
They just walk slowly if the lights come on, and I see the
Raccoon disco.
Okay, you could approach a raccoon with a broom, and it's not going to scare the raccoon. So why would you think a pair of blinking lights is
You have to
gonna
put the
scare
lights on
them?
a broom.
It
You have to
says-
put the lights on the broom.
It says it on Amazon.
Okay,
It said, there's
what's
a picture.
the name of the company? Is it
Wait a minute.
Shinzu or?
Did you buy these?
Magic Cat.
Did you
I
buy
know,
these?
What's the name of the company? Shinzu Okawawa. That's how it sounded. It sounded like my pop-up. That's what it sounded like.
These goddamn Chinese coon scaring lights are made from Shinzu Nakamoto.
Anyway,
No,
so
I
they don't
think-
work. God damn it! They just walk
Of
right
course
past.
they don't work.
I see them, and then I put one, and it doesn't get enough light.
Yeah, so it's like it looks
slow.
like a sick. It looks sick.
It's
Yeah.
slow blinking.
Yeah.
It's like ding,
It's a fat raccoon.
it's like dink, dink, and then it.
Nothing on Amazon works.
Anyway,
Well, what are you trying to scare now? What's the new?
raccoon.
the raccoons out of because they
Well, wait a minute,
come
she
through the yard.
said-
They poop in my yard.
She said that they're gone. You said
So,
that
back
there's
to
a
the dog.
new dog
No,
terrorizing
so yes.
the neighborhood and eating the
yeah.
cats. I think you got a chupacabra.
Have you seen the dog?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the neighbor caught it on a Ring doorbell. By the way, my
Oh,
wife
okay.
tried to show me. She's like, "Do you want to see the video of the dog killing a cat?"
You wanna see-
Well, I'm like,
yes.
"No, I don't want to see that. Why would I want to see that?"
Look at it and understand who the
It's
enemy
horrible.
is.
No, I was like,
Does anyone know whose dog it is?
Yes. Oh, yeah. My
Yeah.
my mom marched over there the other day.
Oh, okay.
Because the dog apparently has chased my mom walks the dog.
Is that Monster Energy Jeremy's dog? I don't give a fuck. I'm Monster Energy Jeremy.
My mom walks her dog, and the cat her cat walks with them. So the cat and the dog.
Okay, hold on.
It's so cute.
I love this.
It's so cute. They walk
This
together.
neighborhood is insane.
It's crazy, dude. It's
They
fucking
walk and then
bananas. You got you on a one-wheel drunk. There's cats walking with dogs and raccoons with light up eyes. Fucking Ibiza club.
My mom goes walking with her dog on a leash, and then the cat comes along, and everybody in the neighborhood thinks it's so cute, including the owner of this
dog.
It's so cute that the cat goes walking.
I think Monster Energy Jerry, his pit bull gets out and it's just killing cats left and right.
Oh, man.
And it doesn't kill the raccoons, though.
Goddamn, Lesnar got out. That's my dog, Lesnar. He's named after Brock Lesnar.
And so
he's killed 3 cats so far, and I saw the girl who lives behind him. Her puppy was killed, but I don't know what killed it. I didn't want to ask.
I can't come to your neighborhood with Dansby.
I didn't want to ask, but the dog is out all the time, and like the fence is broken, and the guy won't fix it. And
I don't do anything but train MMA.
And then he said. My mom went marching over there the other day, and she screamed at him. She said for 10 minutes, she screamed at him, and she said, "I have never yelled at anybody like that since your father." So I was like, "Oh, it must have been bad, Mom."
This is a juicy show. This is a juicy show.
But anyway, the guy said he's trying to give it to the pound, and the pound won't take it.
Because it kills everything in the pound.
Because they're full.
I'm pretty sure that's not how it
Why
works.
is he trying to give it?
Because I don't know. It's like not his dog. It's
I
like
rode
his
to the
dad's
pound.
dog.
I said, free dog pound. They said, fuck you.
Yeah.
But it's sad because it's not
that is sad. Yeah.
The dog is like a sweet dog. Like he'll come and
sweet.
I think it's a killing machine.
Bloodthirsty killing machine.
It's killed 4 cats. It killed a puppy for Christ's sake.
Right, but like,
it's a sweet dog.
Yeah.
He comes up and he just wants pets, but he's like
I
wild.
like killing stuff.
Yeah. Wait, we'll shake Tommy around. You know what I'm saying? Like, for sure.
For sure.
If we got the chance.
Yeah, no, that's a concern.
Yeah. Although
it's sad that you're gonna just abandon your responsibility and take it to the pound because you're not doing what you should be doing
you
as
gotta
the adult.
do it. I'm sorry, you gotta handle business. So you gotta go out there with a Louisville Slugger.
Well, I'm not doing nothing.
Yeah.
But
You're
also,
not gonna rescue this dog, Tom?
Rescue it. He doesn't need a home. He needs a home in heaven. It's bye-bye.
I'm sure you put it in a junkyard, right? They got
So we
that,
gotta
right?
find the right area for it. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, there's
Aren't there some islands now in Florida that are uninhabitable because of the way we flooded?
There's
Put it on
like
an island.
10,000 junkyards in Titusville, right?
That's a
They
Natalie
live in there.
Merchant band, 10,000
Someone in the
junkyards.
chat says that the man is lying because Seminole County Animal Shelter cannot turn away animals, and he knows because he works there on his free time.
They're like vampires.
Yeah,
Can't turn them away. Damn it, we can't turn it away.
Well, if you call animal services and say that there's a loose dog, they have to come get it, right?
Yeah, but then they euthanize it, and then it's on my hands that I called.
And
Like,
I respect
my
that.
wife-
That's not the way
I'm-
you live.
It's
I
just I
understand.
know where the dog lives. I'm not gonna like secretly get it taken away.
Crystal's such an animal lover that she is the guy that was videoing those bears
And he was
then,
eating them,
and
yeah.
then let the bear slowly eat them and he was
know.
like, "I'll take it."
Yeah, you don't want to be the guy. You don't want to be
That's
calling
what
for
happened.
that. That's
it's
not
like
you.
yeah, it's like I shouldn't have been here.
Now, are you saying this for me to call?
I'm in the
'Cause
Bears territory.
Are you saying this for me to call so it's not on your conscience?
No.
Because I will call.
No, the neighborhood is on alert.
Last thing I want to talk about. So last night, we mentioned this earlier, but Max rode my one wheel.
Mm-hmm.
And
Got a little video of it.
My dream is almost here, which is
It is the beginning of the dream.
My son's riding behind me, and the one wheel.
And this
around.
has always been your dream. You love your one
Yeah,
wheel.
but I know, haven't I told you since the beginning of?
I tried to buy you a new one wheel so you could, like I've always been in on the one wheel thing because I think it's cool. You have a hobby.
Now, Crystal.
Listen, Hey's not gonna be able to ride it. One wheel.
No, he says he does. No, he'll be able to ride it.
He's fine.
And
what if he wants to stop? Oh my God, you're so
I love
no, he's good. He can ride.
He's good.
Yeah,
what if he
can
doesn't
ride
want
it.
to though? What if he
I'll
wants
force
to?
him.
What if he wants to play
Damn.
Roblox
Yeah.
one wheel?
Yeah.
The official
No,
game
no.
of one wheel.
So the problem being is Crystal doesn't want me to buy these pints. First, they're kind of expensive.
Yeah, they are.
And we just taught them how to ride bicycles, and she wants them to continue on with that. She thinks that if they get one wheels, they'll never go back to the bicycle.
There is
'cause it's
human-powered benefits to the
Well,
bike.
also they're so small, TC. You always want to TC put Tommy on a 4-wheeler at 3 and let him go down the street.
I
And then he
remember this.
went
This is
down
when
the
he fell
street
over.
and he flipped
I
and the
remember
bike
this.
fell on him. And it's like, well, of course, he's 3. And you didn't do this in the right conditions.
I remember
and
this,
in the
and there
right
was a dog
order.
chasing after you the whole time, biting at
Well,
you.
that's what my dad did to me. And that's what I do to my son, right? Like I was younger than him. I was selling
Yeah.
diapers. And
Your dad's shorts weren't that short.
Are your balls hanging out again?
Yeah, it's like really
spreading
Oh,
wider
Lord.
open. It's like
The other day he did it.
They
The
ride
other day he
up
did it.
bulging.
and- yeah, it was like a tight pouch.
Yeah.
Doesn't that hurt your scrotum?
Coin person.
You're not supposed to have it that tight.
But how, don't we want our kids to be like us?
No.
You know, like
It's supposed to be better than you, right?
I mean, I
Isn't that
kind
the goal?
of. Would you hate my answer if I said like there are parts of me I want Maisie to be like, but they're like she's got the anxiety. She's got.
But you don't want her to have that.
No, she's got it. She's doing
I'm
it.
saying,
She
but you
just
don't want her
started this
to.
week. She started. I feel bad even bringing this up, but she started it like a nervous tick, kind of a little thing. And the more we've read about it, we talked to the doctor about it and everything, and it's straight up anxiety, and it's here. And it's coming to roost. So I'm going to have to mess with her. And it's one of the things I wrote down is that last night she asked me to meditate with her. That's how these old, she's like her mom, you old ass woman. She's like, she's acting all weird. I'm like, what's wrong? She's like, I can't sleep. She's like, will you meditate with me? Because Andrea started doing these meditations with her. So now I go in there and meditate with my, she's got the same shit I got. Hopefully not as bad.
You know,
Well, we know more now to like.
That's true.
You can help guide her.
Well, I didn't have meditation at 7. I didn't
right,
even know
like
what it was.
she's already asking
yeah.
for the tools she needs to get herself through it. So.
Daniel's dad just screamed, "Oh, I got an R word!"
No, I got an F word.
R word, F word.
R word. Yeah.
I
mean, I
it's
wish
a different time of the '80s.
You're not wrong.
Anyway, that's it. Want to do some voicemail?
Wow.
Let's do some voicemail.
Do some voicemail. If you guys want to leave us a voicemail message, we'd love to have them. Did it get hot in here again? Jesus Christ.
I turned the air on last break.
I don't feel like it's working.
It went back off?
I put it did.
Oh,
it got to
damn.
72 and then it turned off. Daniel, I sent you the video of Max.
Oh, let me see.
Riding this.
I want to see.
He let
him.
go. I mean, he did. He did let go of TC's hands. And
Let me see here. Yeah, he's on it. And he's doing the he's doing the balancing act deal here. And,
little guy. He's so small on it. I can't even recognize his weight.
It is way too big. Dude.
Yeah, it's huge.
But the pint, how much smaller than this is the pint?
Well, size-wise, it's smaller, but like power-wise, it's not.
Oh
right?
yeah, dude, he's ready to do this, 100%.
I know he's ready.
He's doing it. He's doing it.
He's ready at 3.
I thought you were on my side.
Well, I mean, I like them when they do cool stuff, though. I mean,
Listen, if I know Daniel, he's on the side of fun
I am
and
the side of
spend as much money as you want.
Oh yeah, I am
So it doesn't
definitely.
matter.
I don't budget. I just tell Andrea to do all that shit, and then I buy Maisie I buy her like if she said I want a new bike. This one sucks. I'd be like, let's go.
Actually, our kids do need new bikes.
Sized correctly is important because then it'll feel better. It when it feels good, you want to ride it. You know, like if your seat position everything's goofy, then it may not be as fun.
Yeah.
I've got a small confession.
Yes. Oh,
wait.
God.
I don't think that's how the song goes.
It's going to be a big
I've got a small confession.
So, recently we had a Airbnb guest, and they text me.
Is this another gay grandma?
No, they were.
We're number one with gay grandma.
They were a listener, and then a friend. Whatever. And then so they said, "Hey, just a heads up." The sink in the bathroom, the water's coming out weird. Like I think it's clogged.
Coming out jet black.
the hell?
And they're like, there's a problem with the water, and then I think there's a stain on our cushions, which I just flipped them. So
I
anyway,
was just there. It's fine, guys.
I'm saying
we have a cleaning crew.
OxyClean.
Everything is clean.
And
You're
no,
just
it
there.
was on
The
the
clean-
out-
we
the
have a
patio
cleaning crew.
cushions.
We have a
Oh,
cleaning
the
crew.
patio cushions. Yeah, y'all are spilling beer all over the damn cushions out there.
Don't you drink the sticky ass IPAs? You're spilling them
Jeez.
everywhere. And our cleaning crew assures me they do not fuck in our Airbnb.
So then, so I forgot when this was after the storm. I was driving home, and then
Listening to gambling podcast.
Well, Crystal was like, "You should go by the Airbnb,
knock on the door, and scare the shit out of people staying there."
Well, we took all the patio furniture down for the storm. I got to put it back on, and put the cushions back, and then fold the chairs out. Because we prepared for the storm.
Thank you for doing that.
I did that.
I offered to do it. I don't think he wants me to go there. I think he's like keeping treasure
Something's
there.
going on
Yeah,
over there.
something. He's like, don't go. Don't go in
But
there.
he's there like every other day.
I did scream, "The wind ain't gonna blow the patio furniture. Just leave it."
It's wrought iron. It'll be fine.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And plus, it's got holes in it for the air to go through.
Yeah.
I mean, the pioneers thought of everything.
Yeah, and then it blows down. Just pick it back up.
Yeah, it's metal for Christ's
What if
sake.
it blows like into the window? Those windows are the original windows. You get, it's like
Yeah,
complicated.
give us. We need to update them.
Something drive all the way up there. Anyway,
You can't.
so then I'm there, and I forgot to bring my tool bag.
Excuse me? This is sounding more and more like
man,
a porno.
have you seen this tool bag? It's a mishmash. I stuck my hand in there, and it was like
have I
goddamn
seen?
Freddy Krueger.
You
was
can't
cutting
stick
up
your
my
fingers
hand.
in
Have
there.
I seen the
Jesus.
Tom Van legendary tool bag?
Where
The
we
answer
put my
is I have
nails?
not. I have not seen his
It's
tool
all
bag.
a
It's full of
mishmash.
screws.
Yeah.
What's my spare
and
screws?
knives, saws.
He leaves his X-Acto knife in there with the blade out.
Yeah.
Jesus,
Yeah.
man.
He
What are
doesn't
you
put it back
doing?
in.
You're a crazy person.
That's where my screws go, at the bottom of the bag, where it's a mishmash of
It's
screws.
all rusted.
And to his
I got
defense,
tetanus.
I'm not gonna throw away a rusted screw. It's
And
just
to-
as good as a regular screw.
to his defense, if you close the blade on an X-Acto knife, then you got to open it again.
yeah. Close, open, close. Just leave it
Yeah,
open.
jeez, I'm tired.
Anyway, so
That's how you get a dry pump.
I forgot my tool bag, and then
Did you ring the doorbell? Go, excuse me, I've forgotten my
No,
tool
nobody
bag.
was
No,
there.
yeah,
No one was
okay.
there at the time.
That's
So-
weird. He told me people are renting like crazy. It's hotcakes.
so
It was a Tuesday.
anyway, I put all the stuff back. I'm like, God, from my tool bag, and then
shit.
and then I go over to
Where's my hammer?
the sink, and then I turn on the
Goddamn
sink.
garbage disposal.
And the sink in the bathroom is spraying out high pressure like lines everywhere, like
mosquito nets. It's perfectly fine. we put our mosquito nets in the bathroom so you don't get mosquitoes when you're shitting.
And then I'm like, what the hell is this? And then there's like high pressure lines, like a bunch, like 10 streams, and instead of just one.
I bet you one of those people that
smooth.
stayed at our place took the screen out of our sink so they could smoke weed.
Okay, that is what happened.
Well,
We already knew that happened.
Well, that's
You
serious?
dirty motherfuckers.
Yeah.
This is my confession because
You took it out to smoke weed.
because Dustin from
Justin
Western
took it out to smoke weed.
That
This is a fantastic murder mystery.
No, I called Dustin.
This is awesome.
Because I forgot my tools, and then I'm like,
Dustin, bring me some tools. Poor
Yeah,
Dustin.
no. He's like, Dustin, I need vinegar and a pliers or something.
I can't. I'm at the Air T&D stealing your screen so I can smoke weed.
So Dustin, like he's working, by the way. He's like about.
Yeah, he doesn't work for us.
By the way, it's Weston's. It was the Weston 16-year anniversary.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm putting on this.
Sweet 16.
So he
yeah.
stopped everything
He's
he was
talking
doing.
his ear off, telling him about how we're going to Hawaii.
I'm like, I need a pair of pliers and some vinegar. You guys can go to
are you doing?
yeah, like you guys got some wings. They're like, there's a
Don't you have
kitchen-
vinegar for your wings? Give me some of your wing vinegar.
there's a kitchen back there. Find some white vinegar
I need
and
some
the
wings
pliers.
and some white pepper. White pepper. Not black pepper. White pepper.
And I'm like, grab me a
White Claw.
a watermelon White Claw.
Get
while
my
you're at
hands are
it.
shaking. Screwdriver hands. Yeah, I know you do.
So then he comes over with the golf cart. He comes out. He's got the vinegar or whatever, and then he got the pliers. And so then he he opens it up and he pulls out the screen, and the screen is nothing's there, right? And he's like, it's like someone stole the screen to
Here's
smoke
your
weed out
problem.
of. He's like, for sure, your listeners took the screen out of this and then put it in their bowl and smoked weed out of it. I was just shaking my head. I'm like, oh man, those motherfuckers. And then Chris was like, oh man, who would steal the screen? I'm like, I don't know. And then so.
what did you do to the screen, TC?
It wasn't the listeners. Everybody's been super respectful. But the time that I showed up to put the furniture back, I was spraying out, and then I looked in there, and the screen and everything was there. I'm like, I need to pop this screen out, but I couldn't. To do it the right way, you have to unscrew.
Oh, you bent it, didn't you?
You have to unscrew.
You bent it and pushed it.
Well,
and
I started looking through all the drawers to find some sort of pointy thing I could pop the screen out.
Pointy thing. Here's my penis.
Oh, he didn't have his tool bag.
Yeah, because I had no tool bag. So then I found the
All my pointy things are in my tool bag.
They are.
I found like a corkscrew,
Okay.
right? So that was the pointiest thing in the drawer.
Oh, Daniel.
So I got the corkscrew out, and then I was like, and then I got under there, and then I was like, I just need to stick the tip of the corkscrew and just like gently,
And then you pull it out.
pull the screen out.
He's going to gently.
And then once I get the screen out, I'll inspect it to see if there's some calcium buildup on
Oh,
it.
no, you didn't say that.
It's got to be the calcium. And so I was in there.
Calcium.
And then I was trying to.
We got a calcium. I see your problem. You got calcium buildup.
I was trying to pick it out, and every time I picked it up, like pieces of the screen are falling all over the sink, and then I was like, oh god damn it! I'm washing that down the sink, and then I finally
clog the sink.
I'm picking at it, then I get mad it's not coming out.
Fuck this sink.
then I'm jamming it. So by the time I pried it out, it was basically just the outline of the ring screen. It was like those old like fairway games. You shoot the star out. It was just the star was missing out the middle.
Oh man!
So, and then all the plastic, like whatever that is. I don't. Why is that even there? I'm like, why do we even need this? Just put the water coming out the goddamn faucet.
I've always said that too. Like, is
a screen and a white thing and some other things
what's
that
the
are in there
screen for? Because like, not to make today's show all about how your sink works.
Make the pipes bigger.
What's in there? Just water.
Today is sink day on the show. We're talking garbage disposals and how your sink works.
Bigger pipes.
Why is the
Miniature
screen?
fish? What's in there?
That's what I always thought as a kid. I'm like, why is this here? Miniature fish come? Do they swim backwards through the fucking pipe? Why is this here?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Anyway,
isn't our water supposed to be so good that I can't turn on the sink and then just chunks of fucking flesh start falling out of it?
So once I destroyed all the screen and everything else that was in there, I had those pieces in my hand, and then I was like, I better put these in my pocket and not let anybody know that I've done this because my wife and everybody's going to say
did that to a carnival ride.
They're going to say, why'd you do that? Why didn't you just wait?
Imagine him doing that with a carnival ride. Let's put these screws from the scrambler back in my overalls and never say a word.
So did you just forget that you did this?
No, I just didn't want to because
you just lied.
You don't want to admit it.
It's not a lie if you don't tell anybody. If you tell somebody, it's a lie.
When everybody jumped to their conclusion, which is the listeners must have stole the screen.
But you knew what happened to the screen.
Yeah, but I just shook my. I didn't lie. I just shook my head. I'm like, that's a good theory. I'm like, that theory.
I hear what you're saying.
But I'm saying when you turned the sink on, you said it was going crazy, and you didn't know why. You forgot that you fucked up the screen.
That was at the beginning. I kind of jumped times here.
Oh.
Once Dustin and my wife were there, I knew why. because I at least knew why it started that way.
I was gonna say it didn't look like this last time I was here. Like the way that it was spraying out when we were there for the showers.
Yeah. When you were questioning that, I was like, that is weird.
Yeah, that is weird. It's almost like somebody took a corkscrew and started picking all the fucking screen on it. Who would do that?
and then you were like, why does that happen? I'm like, I don't know.
And you know what?
We have to hire a handyman. We can't have you over
a
there.
handyman just to fix the screen. Anybody can do that.
Well, we need more.
I mean, to do anything there so that we don't have these situations.
How are we on Ring doorbell charge? We got 35%. Where are we at?
No, we're at
I was like, why do we even need to see who's coming in? we don't even need that. Oh, there's a bearded guy with a flat brim.
There he goes.
I can draw him.
Next.
Anyway,
Next.
all right. Should we take a break and then play some voicemail?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's take a break. Oh my God, that's hilarious. We're getting a lot off our chest today. Let's see here.
I have to tell my secrets. That makes me feel so much better.
It's your therapy.
Confession.
I was hiding that for a while.
You get offended when I don't want you to change the oil on the generator in the middle of a hurricane power outage.
You're really,
and then, you try to make me feel bad about questioning your
well,
abilities.
This isn't good for your case.
No, I'll pay attention. That's a generator. I need the electricity for my family. This is a screen. I was like, well, even if I did ruin it, how much could it change the faucet? Why is it even in there?
It's an aerator, I guess. Somebody, Nate Mass in our Twitch chat room, twitch.tv/TomandDanLive says
air in the water.
Well, yeah, you do, because now it sprays at such a velocity that it soaks the person who's washing their hands.
I think it's to make it more even and to require less to flow out. But I hate it. Like, I like full flow. I like full. I am not. This is where Crystal starts to hate me.
Spray on their shirts.
This is where Crystal starts to hate me. Like when I brush my teeth, I will turn the water on as I'm getting my toothbrush ready. Like I will.
Daniel.
Yeah, I know. I know you hate me for doing it, but I turn the water on and then I get my toothbrush and then I put the toothpaste on it and I wet and I scrub. And while it's just.
Oh, I can't do that.
Yeah, I know.
Because I'm listening and watching.
Yeah.
At one point, I thought
I one spritz of water just to wet the brush.
That's all you need.
At one time, I thought I was going to be, and I thought this was like a thing in the 50s and 60s, but I thought I was going to be this guy. And a lot of my friends were, and this was like a 50s and 60s thing, but you would get a glass of water.
Oh my God.
And you just leave it.
Well, you'd fill it up with water, and then you'd get a little on your toothbrush, and then you'd start brushing, and then you'd swish a little from your cup, and then spit it, and then keep going, and that was your water.
That seems gross.
Well, that's what people would do.
And your water just sat there for days.
No, you dump it out, and that was your cup.
Each time?
And each time you'd fill it with a little bit of water for brushing your teeth.
I fill it once, just let it sit there.
I did that on my bedside table.
Yeah.
But I also have just a myriad of drugs. It's everywhere. It looks like Whitney Houston's hotel room. It's
water,
terrifying.
Nothing's going to happen to it. It's just water.
The water is just evaporate.
Oh, God.
One time, I went to drink out of my Yeti, and there was a dead cockroach in it, and
That's
the cockroach touched my lips.
Of mine.
It touched my lips.
I have a fear of that.
It touched my lips. That's one of my secrets.
I like that.
Are we telling secrets today?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's take a break, and then when we come back, I'll talk about washing the kids' water cups every day.
Riveting.
The name of the band is Future Teens. The name of the song is Team Sports featuring Dan Campbell. We'll be right back.
Are you doing okay? Your hair's changed a lot since I saw you last. I try again.
That is Susie Moon. Name of the song is Family Memories. Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. That was for Sam. Never get bored of female punk rock. I never get bored with it. I think it's super duper fun. Welcome back to the show, everybody.
What are you drinking there?
This is Full Fit Check. This is like a dry hopped rice lager from Hourglass. And since I'm jumping back up my toes back in the drinking pool, this is my beer of the week.
Awesome.
This one's really, really tasty. I had one of these last week, and I've kind of easing back into these yummy craft beers, and boy, do they taste a lot better after you've taken a year off. Holy crap, they taste great.
We should, have a beer of the week on a Friday Free Show, something like a toast or at least.
Well,
even
I'm
talk
starting
about
it
a beer
today.
item.
So today is the first one, but this is their dry hopped rice lager. I don't see any percentages on this. I know that matters to some people, but I do really like the flavor of this particular beer. It's super dry.
Yeah.
And if you like dry alcohol flavors, then I would suggest getting the Full Fit Check from Hourglass Brewing.
Yep, Hourglass Brewing in Longwood, and they also have a tap room in Orlando. And their facility in Longwood is gigantic.
Tom Brady getting a divorce? Breaking news?
Oh, is that just another speculation? Because they've been speculating that.
The last thing I saw when I went to the bathroom to pee is I said it said they both got attorneys.
Oh.
That's the latest report is that they lawyered up.
That has been a speculation for a while. Even
1 hour ago, yeah. Wife Giselle hired divorce lawyers.
So
I don't want that to happen. I think I'm gonna still go with bullshit. I still believe in love. I'm a romantic, and I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say it's bullshit. I like it when couples succeed. I wanted Fat Mike and his wife to work out. I wanted Brad Pitt and Jen to work out. I'm that guy. I like that. I like that shit. I like it when like Sam and her husband, I like looking at them and thinking of how good of a couple they are. Like, I get off of that stuff, man. I'm a romantic.
The only gossip I do consume is sports gossip because I listen to.
You should know a little bit about this.
So I do know that back in preseason, remember when he took off training camp, like he took that time
ended
off
up in the Caribbean,
and then he was in the Bahamas and
it was touted
Paradise
as
Island.
Intensive family time. That's the phrase I heard. Intensive family time, which sounds horrible.
And then the speculation, because there was gambling, like there's a bunch of people talking about, like, is this going to affect his play? Like, is this
they're
a
talking about it
distraction?
affecting the game this Sunday too.
I always say bullshit because he's the best.
Yeah.
I always claim bullshit on.
I feel like these guys, they get into game mode and everything else gets erased. Like, they're not thinking. They're not in the huddle. Like, oh man, my wife, I gotta get the goddamn grand piano out of
Is
the.
Zach Wilson the one that like everybody's trying to bang his mom?
Yes. Let me give you. Can I give you a counterpoint?
He tweeted out just now. He tweeted out, "Don't worry, Giselle, I got you."
I like that. I like that. That's
unless it's fake.
That's good for the sport. Can I give you a counterpoint?
There's no way he did that. Yeah.
Let me give you a counterpoint to Tom Brady, Giselle, and people going, "Oh, it's on his mind. It's breaking up his family. He's not going to be able to do it."
I think all that guy cares about is football.
I'm going to give you a counterpoint. This is why that whole it's bullshit. When my mom was dying, coming in to do this show, greatest thing I could do. Ask me to do my job, and I love it. I'm like, let me perform. Let me give you. Yeah. Anything that stresses me out, anything that gives me anxiety, as Daniel Dennis, you put me and you say, hey, What do you want to do to fix it? Put me with Tom and Sam in here and just start making some jokes. Put me on my game, make me throw my passes.
Yeah.
I will perform. It makes me feel better. It's it's my place.
And I think that's the psychology with everybody. It's like when you get into, that's why people they start working or they'll do something that or get back to work after a tragedy, and people are like, you could stay home. But people are like, I don't want to stay home.
No.
So I could sit there
They
and
killed
think
my
about
dad.
how horrible this is.
People are different. Some people do need bereavement.
No, I know, but I've seen a lot of people where
They just want a distraction,
want to distract themselves
It's a
after
little
a
bit of
horrible
both.
time, or they're going through a horrible time because their argument being, and I get it, is like, what? Now I understand you go to therapy and work it out, but you need some distraction. Like sitting at home and just stewing in it sometimes is painful to everybody.
It can be bad, but I think a guy like that, he knows the benefits of structure. He knows the benefit of routine. I mean, his whole, that's how he's become what he is.
Yeah.
So the idea of coming back to football, to me, I already know. I think the answer is, and I think I would bet my entire family on it. I don't think it's on his mind at all, game day. I think he's in game mode, and that's his happy place. And if anything, he's just going to be fine. He'll be normal.
People love eating this shit up, too, because they seemingly have the perfect life, and people like seeing something like,
you shouldn't root for people to fail. You can make fun of it and shit, but at your core, if you get off on seeing Tom Brady lose his marriage or his family get fractured or his kids will be fine. But I'm just saying, if you think that's fun... I think there's something wrong with it.
Well, I think that for the most part, it's like why tabloids are popular or like any sort of, people are interested in other people's relationships, right? Celebrities especially. It's because when they go through the same problems every human does, it equalizes it, right? You're like, oh, it's just like me. I've had problems in my marriage too, or I got a divorce too, or like he's no different. It's like there is no perfect situation, perfect life that nobody fights, and now what would be interesting, and the truth probably is that this was just a long, because everybody's going to blame him going back and playing this last year, and that's the catalyst. I don't believe that one particular thing really causes anybody to get divorced.
Look at any relationship. It's never one thing, really. Yeah, unless it's something like that.
Collaboration of a bunch of things and time and people, obviously whether or not he played football or he was a broadcaster, would that have saved his marriage? Impossible to tell, and no. But now...
No, it's not like the schedule of playing or the schedule of broadcasting. I mean, he's still going to have a tight-ass schedule.
Yeah, but the broadcasting is so much sweeter. Even
it is,
when John Gruden, I heard him talk about the difference between coaching and broadcasting. It's so different that the broadcasting is he had to prepare one day and then do his job the next day.
I don't think Brady will do like that, though. You think Brady going to prepare one day for broadcast? He's going to prepare the way he prepares for a game. He's going to go all in because that's why he wins.
Yeah, although playing the game is so much harder. Because
Chris Collinsworth, you tell me all the time about him, and
he prepares. But not as much as a coach or coaches never even leave their. It's insane. Talk about someone who has no balance or whatever. NFL coaches, there is zero balance to their life. They don't have, especially during the year, family. They are just working.
Well, that was going to be my honey hole interview. It's people are like, oh, wouldn't you love to talk to Bill Belichick? And I'd be like, absolutely, but I'd really like to talk to his wife. To see, what's that like? How is that hard to manage? What's his family life like? I've only seen one picture of him on a boat, and he only had a tiny smile. A tiny smile. The tiniest of,
his one son is next to him, sticking his tongue out. Yeah. so he's like, that's how he spends time. He's like, we're working together on the field.
That's what you want.
Although it does seem to a level that's insanity. Now... that's what it takes to be the best in the world.
Everybody said he should have gone out on a high. No, don't do that, man. Nah, he's fine. It's fine.
Well,
I'm supposed to hate him. This is coming from a guy that I'm supposed to hate Tom Brady, and I just don't.
Now, but okay, follow me here. If the Bucks win the Super Bowl this year, all worth it. Anything less, then it's kind of like. Well, if they made the Super Bowl, but anything less.
I think if he makes the Super Bowl, he's just fine. Yeah. I think any other scenario, they're going to eat him alive.
Well,
is that what you mean?
Well, he's like, you gave up your wife for this, and you didn't even, if they
you're splitting your whole family up.
It's not reality, but you can say it.
It is a reality, but just how the drama of the outside.
It's not fair, but you're right.
Because I'm talking like these people are just celebrity billionaires that I'm looking. They're not real people, and I think that's the way a lot of people look at celebrities is that they're not real people. Anyway, so. Like, if this is your friend, you'd never say these things. But, like, if to Brady and Giselle, you'd be like, oh, they're fine.
I don't know
Even
much
though it's not
about
real,
her
right?
other than, obviously I know what she does. I know how beautiful she is. She seems fine, like a decent enough person. I don't know, like, I don't see enough of her demeanor in order to really form a true opinion of what I think would – not that it matters, but I'm just saying I don't know enough about her.
But if he doesn't, like, make it all the way,
they're gonna get him.
Then it's just like, look what you gave up.
Look what you
like
did. Yeah.
you caused
all your
this.
fault. Yeah.
Because no one's gonna know the truth.
And they'll try to frame it like his fall from grace and all this bullshit, but it's not. It's not like he's a Tiger Woods. It's not like he's like he's smashing out the windows with a golf club and he cheated or
banging every Perkins waitress like in town. Or,
but they're gonna try and frame it like that. If he does not win the Super Bowl or even get there, they're gonna say, "Look what he did! Destroyed his family for football." That's what they do.
And then, but if he wins,
they'll
like, celebrate it.
Ah.
They're like, it was worth every 8 rings, which is insane. But it does make a difference, I think, because everybody's gonna blame him going back one more time on this divorce. Which
it's hard for me to look at again, I'm still going with I don't think they're getting a divorce. I still think this is all bullshit. But it is hard for me to look at families falling apart now. I have a different lens now that I have a kid. It's hard for me to look at it. Like even joking around about it is different because the only thing I'm to keep flashing back to his kids are their kids. I'm like, that's not good.
Although I heard I think we talked about this on ACT one time. Brady was talking about how he regrets that his kids aren't going to grow up normally because he grew up at least, even though he had money growing up, but he grew up where
he was upper middle class,
his mom,
California kid, right?
Yeah, but his mom cooked dinner every night. Their mom, there was some sort of normalcy and you had a mom and dad and they were together and then you went home and they did it's kind of like we all do. But then he obviously with his schedule and her schedule, both being insanely rich and stuff, they're not doing that. They got maids and cooks and they're probably constantly traveling.
It's a different vibe.
So they're not growing up normally like that. And I wonder if because of how they probably operated before this, where Giselle probably spent time with the kid, sometimes they had time together, but she's a billionaire model with a ton of businesses, right?
Yeah.
And then
investment deals that are
the best quarterback of all time. And so
with
a company and then the all the other stuff. So I feel like there's no way they can spend that much time together with their family, right?
Well, yes, and the thing that I can't wrap my brain around because I'm not in that type of entertainment. All three of us are in entertainment. All three of us do a talk show. Sam does double duty. She's doing this one and has her own, right? So that we all do this. But I can't think of a scenario where if my family, if there was an issue and I was they were like, nah, don't do one more season of Tom and Dan. 2023 is coming up. We want you just to be here. And I can't think of a scenario where if I had the ways and means, meaning bank account is flush, nobody wants for anything, house is paid. You know what I mean? I've got everything set. I cannot think of a scenario where I'd be where this trumps it, staying home. I can't.
You choose a family over
yeah,
that?
I can't think of a scenario where if my family asked me.
But it's impossible to put yourself in the shoes of the best that have ever been.
I don't think I like anything enough. You know what I mean?
I mean, this guy has dedicated his entire life to be the best there ever was and there ever will be, probably because of the amount of championships.
He is. I love it when people try to debate that, but I think he is.
He was going to, seemingly with the whole Dolphins thing and the Sean Payton and stuff, he was maybe going to owner player. It seemed like all of a sudden all the especially in the way the division played out and where the Bucs division and stuff, they had the team put together and stuff, they probably all looked at it and you could have a chance of winning another Super Bowl based on this division and the NFC. Yeah. They know a lot more than we do. Even I studied this stuff, and they probably looked at it dude, what are you going to do? Not go for it again? It's set up perfectly. Now, if they lost a bunch players, and they all looked at it and like, man, you'll have no chance with this team, right? Then he probably would have retired. But I think it all, and to him, he probably like, I got to do it. I'll never have another chance.
Is it ever going to be enough?
Well, that's what made him the best. So
but when does he stop?
He can't. It's a
Then
goddamn.
why start a family?
It's a mental
Just
illness.
fucking play football. Then.
His family's fine though.
Yeah, but you don't think about that. And we're putting what we think he should do with his family. Like we're attaching that. Like
Also,
I'm not here to tell people what to do with their family.
I also don't know his like again, where this may not even interrupt the natural flow of his family, because like to me, if me and Crystal get a divorce, my sons are gonna know. They're gonna be like, "Where's that?" I'm there every night. I'm there every night playing with them every single night. So then, if I'm not there, it's gonna devastate. I'd feel bad for them.
Let me tell you, so that is a very cold but logical way of looking at his divorce. Because you're right. He does a different thing.
But also, Tom Brady, it looks like he goes to his kids' games. I see it on the sports news or whatever. Like he's at the so he was probably doing that the whole time, but within his schedule means like he's not there every night. Playing with his kids. He's there probably when he can off season and stuff, but during the season you got to work, right, to be the best there ever was. So I'm not even sure if should we feel, I mean, obviously you feel bad for kids if your parents get a divorce, but this may not disrupt their routine they even had to spend time with them. You know what I'm saying?
How about this? I'll say this. I feel bad for his family, and I especially feel bad for his kids. But there are a lot of other kids that I feel more bad for.
Of course.
I'll just say that.
Yeah.
That's an easy way of saying it. Like they'll be just fine.
Yeah.
But I also don't want to say that because everybody's like, ooh. No, it's fine.
No, they will be fine.
Are we doing a hybrid dump them out voicemail thing here? What are we doing here? Just voicemails?
Yeah, let's do some voicemail and
couple of emails. Get some emails too.
Injured on the go, just call Mo.
Yeah.
Go to that. I guess if you're on Twitch, go to the MoComedyJam.com to get tickets.
Yeah.
But if you're listening on October 14th, it's already
we can do mail on mail.
And there was some fights.
Oh, man, it got crazy.
It was bad. It was weird when it's just very, very odd.
Yeah. Then you picked up Sabrina and threw her through the table. I thought that was odd.
I mean, she was running her mouth. That's what you get.
Keep your fucking name on her.
Yeah.
Hey guys, thanks for calling 1-800-HOT-DICK, the place to find real action with real men. To make it even better, we've got new low prices. So low, we're practically giving it away free.
If you are a man seeking a woman, press 1. If you are a woman seeking a man, press 2. If you are a man seeking a man, press 3.
Mail on mail.
Mail on Mail brought to you by thedangerbrain.com. If you're looking for a branding agency to help your company or your startup or anything, they can help you out with an awesome brand and some marketing work. They kind of, they stay with you through the brand rebuild.
And hold your hand.
And help you with all projects. Just reach out, talk to them. They've done a lot of different friends of the show's companies, and a great job.
Gabriella
do awesome.
Plants, Jim Colbert's on there. I'm trying to think of other ones. Pyrospot has one of my favorite logos.
Yeah.
That Pyrospot branding is...
they're great.
Yeah, I love the colors. You know what I just realized as I was playing this intro, and I said, the Danger Brands, they'll hold your hand. And then for whatever reason, I wanted to yell out, no homo. And then I realized nobody says that anymore. I think it's gone. I think we got it out. That's great, right?
Yeah.
We're done with that.
That was peak 2006.
I'm just kind of glad it's gone, right? Yeah, we don't need that homophobic thing. Yeah, bye-bye, you're gone. Nobody says it anymore. Well, some rednecks do. They'll yell it.
I don't know, say a lot of things.
That's true. They like the classics.
1920s?
They like the classics.
Yeah.
First email?
Okay.
Let's go email.
Let's see. The Circle is fully active in this week's OG show between the 1 hour and 1 hour and 30-minute mark. Even though it was a Memorial Day, you guys talked about hurricanes and Tom's dad. Also mentioned Crystal's dread from an old boyfriend. I swear you guys just talked about that in the last week or two. Strange how these old shows always seem to coincide with this week's topics.
We bring up the dread a lot. We do. We bring up the dread a lot.
Because it's just odd, right?
It is. It is.
Everything though is on a cycle, just like how like our seasons work, and the planet.
The female body is on a cycle.
Wave.
Tom.
It's all a wave, a cycle. It all
Wave,
comes.
cycle,
Yeah,
spectrums, magnets.
That's all that.
Moon
How
power.
does that work?
Yeah, crystals. What's up with that?
But there's been too many times where we've talked about similar topics. Exactly.
We only have 12.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe
12
it's the same thing.
topics and 3 voices. I lost one. Had 4. Lost one.
Damn.
Can't do one anymore.
What voicemail do we have?
Let's try this one.
Hey, Tom and Dan. BDM Chris here. I just wanted to ask if you guys were still affiliated with Halloween Horror Nights. I know I've heard some old OG shows, and you guys had discounted tickets with your name on them. So I was wondering if you guys still did that. My wife's birthday is Friday, same as Andrea. So happy birthday to Andrea, Dan.
Oh, thank you.
He's trying to get free tickets
I was just
to Halloween
wondering if
Horror
I
Nights.
could use y'all's discount code if you still had one. Appreciate it. Bye.
Bye.
Well, it's funny about that. We never had a discount code.
No.
We just had a link that you could buy the tickets same price as
Yeah. They never gave us a discount,
No.
but you could track that you guys heard it from us.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it worked insanely well.
Yes.
But that doesn't matter.
No.
Nothing matters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to
matters.
play that one, guys. I'm sorry.
No,
That's fine.
No, because it's
So,
interesting.
sir, no, we do not. We don't
Yeah.
have. Not
Yeah.
only do we not have a discount, but they don't even talk to us anymore.
Yeah, you made us sad.
Well,
you made us sad, sir.
Well,
Happy birthday. Happy fucking birthday, sir.
A lot of people don't realize that whether or not the marketing works or not, especially with big companies, does not matter.
No.
What matters is
how easy it is for them to execute it.
And the person in charge of spending the company's money, what they like.
Yeah.
Because it's all subjective.
subjective to them.
Because all marketing doesn't work, except for our small marketing that we do for our company. You know,
It works.
we will show you it works, and that's why email me, tom@tomandan.com.
There you go.
If you want to advertise.
Do
but,
it. We're
but-
having a tough time.
But for bigger, don't tell me we're having a tough
No,
time.
it's
We're
having
good.
a-
We're
it's
fine.
having a tough time.
We're fine. So
Halloween Horror Nights, we lost them.
no, they never paid. They ticket trade. Anyway, they
didn't.
So they did for a small. We
No,
use their
no.
internet.
Look, let's
no,
be
we
honest.
use the internet.
We got all the way up
We
to
got
a
like
point.
1,500.
We
one
got
time.
1,500 one time,
Wow.
and then we thought it was gonna we were like, if we can get the 1,500, then the next one has got to be that 5K.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. Well, we're selling $8,000 of tickets. So it's like
and
anyway.
it just they got look, they are bigger than they've ever been, dude. It's crazy.
So the marketing that comes from these big companies comes from an individual, and it's up to them whether they want to spend their company's money on us or somewhere else, and that's all. And then when that person leaves, it's done.
Yep.
It doesn't matter how well it works or whatever.
So I blame Lance. I blame Lance from Halloween Horror Nights.
No,
he was our contact.
The new person comes in, and they're like, I want to spend money over here. It doesn't matter what the other person does. In
I know.
fact, it kind of hurts you because most time they want to do something opposite as the old person.
Well, let's kick a little dust up and see what I can do with my new idea.
Yeah. They don't want to use the old person's idea because that's old news. So
It also
like,
makes it look like they're not working if you use the same thing that's in place.
So nothing matters. The only thing that matters is the person, what they want to do with the company's money they're spending,
Yeah.
and that's it.
Correct.
And so everything determines that whim. Like a person leaves, done.
But hold on.
Person comes and wants
let's swivel. Let's pivot swivel here.
It's worked
But I'll
out.
put it back out there. If Halloween Horror Nights or anybody listening that is affiliated with them again decides that they want to embed themselves with us again, do the interviews where we did the behind-the-scenes walkthroughs. If you want to ticket link us up and
Hell yeah.
and go back to what we were doing, we will
Holler.
gladly do that, and we would love to do it.
I heard that this made me mad. At that one time when I was talking to them, they were like,
Oh, no.
they had never advertised a podcast before, and then we were the first one.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
You know,
That's true.
7
We got
years.
in early.
When was it? 7 years, 8 years ago?
Yeah, there's a tweet about it. I'd have to go and scrape, but
It was the old studio.
Some other radio station said something about being the only podcast that advertises with Halloween Horror Nights, and I had to go in there and shut that down because we were the only podcast at the time that was working.
Then,
with them.
at the very end of a relationship when everybody's moved and I was trying to like get there, like I heard there was a person like we spent $40,000.
I got this 2015.
They're like, we spent $40,000 on some murder podcast in Pennsylvania or whatever. It was some other thing that
Awesome.
that the marketing person liked and listened to, and then like $40,000.
$40,000.
I'm like, I got 10 tickets.
Yeah, we'd have quit.
And we had to just for then that one time after 5 years, got $1,500. Anyway, that's how it works.
Yeah, that's how it works.
It's all willy nilly.
And now I'm pretty sure they have their own Halloween Horror Nights podcast.
They do.
Right?
Oh, yeah. Next
So,
email. Yeah,
nothing
it's fine.
matters.
It's fine.
Question about the beer fest. Hey, I'm a BDM, but I don't have Facebook. In years,
Can't come.
No, is that true?
Yeah.
Gotta be on Facebook.
No, you can come.
In years past, you've always done VIP tickets to support Yellow Brick Road. I really don't want to miss out again this year. Can you share when and where the VIP tickets will go live?
That's a day of thing, right?
It's not a ticket. We have a full pour pint glass that you buy for $20. All the money goes to Yellow Brick Road. That will be for sale.
It's a first come first serve scenario.
Yes.
So get there early.
And it's
because those CBE guys will be there early.
Yeah, we have a kind of a tent section we're calling like Tom and Dan area. It's basically our merch tent, the CB guys' tents. They got a multiple this year, and then all the sponsors that are sponsoring the beer fest, and then some other friends of the show that are in the area. That's where the Yellow Brick Road tent's going to be. That's where you could buy the full pint glass. It's going to be branded Bad Business Beer Fest.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
You spend $20, and then
and now it comes with a beer, which is.
But all the other pint or the sample cups will be given out in a tent in that area as well. And we've got 2,000 of those.
Yep.
And so just show up, show your ID, and you'll get a sample cup.
Show up and show out.
We've never sold out yet. Or we didn't sold out. They're free.
Yeah,
so we never
free.
get them all out. Like we've come close a couple years, but so if you get there around noon, I think pouring starts at 2. We're just saying get there early. It takes a while to give everybody their stuff, and then we'll start at 2. That's when Oklahoma Stackhouse will start playing, and 2 hours of free beer for anybody that wants to sample it.
Yeah, but here, word to the wise. Check your ID and then double check it, because the number of pissed off people that walk up there and don't have an ID.
I ain't doing that this year.
I was speaking. I was speaking to you.
Insurance wise,
Sam.
everybody's got to show their ID, and it doesn't matter if you look like an old man.
Yeah.
Although
it's like, look, man, you're getting free beer. Just bring your ID.
Yeah, bring your ID. Do you use free beer? Yeah, Sam's right. If you're gonna get free beer, the least you can do is bring your fucking ID.
If you're obviously an old man, I'll give you a wristband. Like I know.
Tom will not know where the wristbands are.
I can tell everybody that's over 21 at a certain point.
I can too, except for little people. For some reason, I can't judge them, but their skin there's a different skin ratio. Let's try this voicemail.
Hey y'all, it is Crystal of Peace. I was just calling to ask you about diminutives like honey, sweetie, baby. I'm sure you guys have talked about this on the show before, but last night I started talking to this guy on one of the dating apps, and he seems really great. We talked on video chat, really cool guy, but he's called me honey already like 50 times. And I'm conflicted because I have relatives, like older male relatives, who called their significant others honey, sweetie, baby, and I thought it was great for them. Or they'd call all the nieces and nephews like baby, and that was cool. But I just find it very cringy when anybody calls me a diminutive like honey, sweetie, baby. How do y'all feel about that? Do you call your significant other, or do they call you some kind of little cutesy nickname? And when did that start? I guess that's my main question.
Well, it started when America was great, and it ended a couple years ago.
It ended when they took the podium out.
Exactly. That's when it ended.
Get my
Where's
horn.
the fucking laptop.
Can't even call anybody sweet tits anymore.
No, but seriously, that is when it ended. I mean, all my relatives say that. They're all Southern, like,
You
gentlemen.
both call your wives babe. I've heard you both say that
Like,
today.
hey, babe.
Well, it becomes easier than, you know what's real bad? Is I've done this where I start saying, I call her mom, or like,
Hey,
Oh
mama.
my God, that's so
hey,
gross.
mama, you got the Bichon freezes loaded in the RV, mama?
because
you're going to be camping people.
no.
Hey, mama. Hey, mama,
I don't
load
say
the
mama.
dogs.
Hey, pretty
No.
mama.
Oh,
It's
mama's in the RV getting us some ham sandwiches.
It's a direct result to my sons know her as mom. So then when they're around,
No, you say your mom. You say, where's your mom?
No, I say that, but when I'm
You don't say, where's mom?
Yeah, I say
It's not your mom.
No, I know it's not.
Oh.
But I'm just saying. I'm like
Blurring the lines over there.
I'm like, where's mom?
And do you
then
like
if
to
she's
suck her tits and pretend it's your mom?
Oh my God.
and if she's standing
Somebody
there,
had to ask the question.
I'll say mom, and she'll say dad too sometimes.
What? Dude, that's weirder than anything I do. I say, where to Maisie, I'd go, where is your mom? I wouldn't say, where's mom?
It's just it's a lazy talk, because so the kids know, like, what the hell, I'm not doing it for some weirdo thing.
No. Whatever it is. You're very mysterious.
And then as you get older,
we have so many weird nicknames.
I would think though
With Travis?
Yeah.
I can't
But
see you.
He calls me honey.
What do you call him?
Hun buns.
I like that. Do you guys baby talk a little bit?
We do to our cat.
That's fine. Hey, I'm all about it.
We used to do it to our dog.
You should hear me with Dansby. I'm like,
I'm trying to think of some other ones. We have lots of weird ones.
So
if you guys heard me, like, since I got this puppy, you'd never be my friend again. I talk to it like I'm like.
What's weird though is
I would have done that in math.
Yeah, it's fun.
It seems fine to someone who's been married for a long time. To someone that you're dating,
just now, dating app.
Calling someone honey on a dating app seems like you accelerated too quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're saying honey, I agree with it's way too personal.
Yeah,
it seems like
it is.
calling someone babe and stuff like this. Like you got to be in a longer relationship, or at least be in a relationship, maybe live together. I don't know, or like what I'm saying.
But
like,
it is a position thing where dudes don't understand they're doing it. But there are older men, older than me, I'm 46. There are older men on dating apps or around my age that use it as a subconscious, that's the key word, down-talking term to ladies.
Yeah.
And they're not, I'm not saying they're meaning to do it. They're not. But like through the way that they were raised or the way that they live, the people that they're around, whatever their influences are.
I have awkward, like social awkward things that
true.
cause it. You know what I saw on TikTok? This person, she was like, look what my brother does every time he's nervous. And he was doing the ghost golfing thing. Like, he's pretending to putt and swing or whatever. He's at a party and he's just there pretending to swing ghost golf that Jimmy used to do because he is socially awkward. So that was his like safe thing, like a tick that he would do when he was awkward. And I feel like a lot of guys
do. You have one? Well, Maisie's, we talked about it earlier. She starts clearing her throat now. She has that little tick. I think I have one. I think I pace. I'm a pacer.
Yeah. You're.
I think I
got
one. I only have one.
Broken clock in there. I don't know how you're gonna name it 10,000.
I'm right twice a day.
But so I think maybe the hun thing becomes like a weird socially awkward thing for some guys. I don't know. Maybe I'm just defending them, but
I say like,
I don't feel like they're doing
it.
I don't feel like they're doing it specifically to undermine the person they're talking to.
No, it's subconscious, man. It's
Some
like
are, I'm
talking.
sure, but
yeah.
I feel like it's so prevalent though that it becomes like a social anxiety thing that they go to that makes them feel safe. I don't know. It was weird.
To answer her question, because I really like her and she has good voicemails, here's my answer. I would give him a shot because I think right now, you said all the good things, right? Earlier on, you said we talked a lot and nice. He's very respectful, yada, yada. If the only bad thing you're finding is that he's maybe saying that, try to make it a joke or something like, honey, I'm not sure. Like, make it a lighthearted joke or like fuck around with it and see if he takes the cue or find out why he says it or something. Like, there's no reason to assassinate the relationship yet because it's not like I don't think he's being outwardly disrespectful to you. I think he's just being who he is, and maybe he needs some help with that. So,
and don't come at him with "Don't call me honey," because I'll look at it like, "What a bitch!"
Yeah, There's other ways. That's true. That's true.
It must be on your period.
Yeah. God damn. Hey, look, Condoleezza Rice.
How about I call you Bloody Mary?
I was trying to go with the right age demographic for who he would know politically, right? So I said Condoleezza Rice.
Double down on the sexistness.
Yeah.
Sexistness.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
It's sexosity. Voicemail, right? Or are we on? No, we're on email. We're on email.
Okay. So, ACT Tom Glasses. Hey, Tom, Dan, and Sam. How about a go-to show where Dan and Sam pick out prescription glasses for Tom since he can't do it? Maybe he will wear them then.
But he'd have to go through with them and
we
get them
did
big.
the go-to optometrist show.
No.
Yeah, but they told you had good eyes. I don't trust. It was a Walmart optometrist.
He does not have good eyes. He can't see where
I
there's
know, but
shit.
remember, she said that he had perfect eyes.
No, well, she can't see where there's shit.
I know.
That lady was a quack. I don't know who she was.
It was a weird situation. Like the book she
was
gave
an
us.
advertiser.
I was like, what the hell is that?
She was an advertiser. And like, I mean, I don't know what the fuck. It must have been a tough time. She's back on. We're advertising with it. Must have been a tough time. She's back.
A blood-eyed through the test and got it right. I'm just telling him.
You lied the test.
No, I passed the test. She had to pass me, even though I couldn't see. I guessed the bottom line. I figured out. I'm like,
he had a vibrating butt plug in. I hit the button when he got the right one.
Yeah. And everybody's like,
you were in on this?
Yeah.
He's cheating. He's got to be cheating. And then I'm sitting there, and the doctor's like,
at that point, I still lied for Tom.
Oh my god. Oh wow. Dude, would you let us pick out the glass? We have your prescription.
No, I'm gonna get him some Dahmers.
No, big Harry Carries.
No, that's why you'll make me a clown.
Up?
No, I'll get you some fashionable.
Bottom of the six.
You'll
Baseless loaded.
You'll clown me.
Yeah, I'll get you big Harry Carries.
No.
Hey, does you want to advertise as Tom and Dad? Speaking of Saturday Night Live, let's try this one.
Dan in Palm Bay, so you guys are talking about SNL, and I know that was a little bit different than what I'm bringing up. But Dan, you were talking about how you'd stay up late, and it was your bag to watch SNL, and you'd make an event of it. But did you ever stay up late to watch it, and then instead of it, like, this is the only thing that I wanted. I didn't really, SNL when I want the WWF wrestling would come on with this weird Saturday night crazy show, and there was no real announcement of it, and back then there was no internet in your pocket.
I think just based on memory, I'm going to hit this. I think it was called Saturday Night Main Event, and it was WWF Saturday Night Main Event. And yes, I fucking watched it, and it was awesome. And when it did come on, you didn't expect it, and my dad and I would cheer because it'd be like just fucking wrestling in the middle of the night late.
There's that one, but there were all, like, after that one wrapped up, they started one called Shotgun Saturday Night.
And it would just be random
that
wrestling?
only ran for a couple
Yeah,
years.
it was like dark matches. And what a dark match is, it's a match that wasn't originally televised maybe beforehand to work some guys or to treat the crowd to something, but it's not for the main broadcast.
Premiered in 1985, it originally aired on NBC in the U.S. as 29 occasional replacements for Saturday Night Live until 1991.
There you go. Was that Saturday Night Main Event?
That was Saturday Night Main Event.
Yeah, see, I got it right. My
Like
memory's
when
back.
Saturday Night Live was on break. They'd play these wrestling matches. And
Yeah, they were awesome.
That is weird.
Yeah, like there were really my late night I spent a lot of fun late night television nights with me and my buddy Dave. We were SNL, and we'd watch Rhonda Shear's. Look up All Night. Rhonda Shear. Do you remember Rhonda Shear Up All Night? She'd go, "I'm Rhonda," and she'd be, "Welcome back to Up All Night," and she had big old titties, and her titties were always hanging out, and she was doing Rhonda Shear's Up All Night. Hold on, I'm going to show you.
Was it just call-in show about sex topics or something?
No. This was like she'd show a B movie, like she'd show Bikini Car Wash with all the sexy parts edited, but she'd be like, "Welcome back to Up All Night. We're downtown Sanford right now, and we're hanging out. We're partying at West End Trading Company." God, everybody go crazy. She'd be like, "Here's the movie," and you'd go back to the movie. So it was like an old school.
Was that kind of? Did they get that from Elvira? Like
it was a little Elvira,
type,
but
yeah.
Rhonda Shear was just a hot fucking big titty bitch.
I wonder if they have any of that anymore, where there would be a person presenting the movie you're watching. They probably don't need
like Count Spooky Cinema.
Well, they would do. They even would do it up until like 10 years
Apparently,
ago.
Gilbert Gottfried was the first host of it.
Of Up All Night, yeah.
That's a weird concept. Someone just hosting a movie you're watching. It's bizarre.
Okay, let's see, Up All Night. Okay, here's Up
Like,
All Night.
why do you need that?
Okay.
To show the movie.
Let's see if I can get this one to work here. With
Gilbert telling me about this movie.
Okay, let's see if I can get this so everybody in our chat room can watch it. But this is Rhonda Shear, episode 31, 1993, Dangerous Pursuit and Graveyard Shift from Up All Night. And this is what me and my buddy Dave were like literally obsessed with.
Hi, it's Rhonda with 2 great movies and a bunch of yard sale junk for some lucky winners. Next on USA, Up All Night.
See, I got it right. My memory's back. Holy shit. I'm cured.
And then she's sitting on the bed all
horny. And I would wait till my parents were at the bed. I'd watch the movie, and then right about the time she had her sexiest cutscene, I'd whack it onto the carpet and go to bed.
And smush it in with your feet.
Yeah, I'd dig it into the car, let the dog eat it, and go to bed. But yeah, this is. Hold on, I want to get a little more of her talking because she's.
Traffic, you're going by fast. Don't walk sign. High five.
What was kind of
Is she
Saturday
always
Night
in
Live.
the bed?
Yeah, because she's like watching movies in the bed. Here she is.
Like the cheesy 90s editing.
Rhonda, and what a show we have for you tonight. You see, I had this yard sale a few weeks ago, and I decided to part with some of my valued belongings because I knew they'd be in good hands with my fans. I got all kinds of
my
Imagine
God.
how many times.
Hey,
they-
Trucker 69.
Tonight, I'll let you know who won what. We also have 2 terrific, and I mean terrific, movies. Later on,
Look
we'll
at those
scare
titties.
all of our viewers who are working the graveyard shift by showing Graveyard Shift. But first, we'll watch the spine-tingling thriller, Dangerous Pursuit. It was made by your favorite network, USA, and it's filled with recognizable TV celebrities that will keep you on the edge of your seats. So sit back, relax, and...
Get undressed.
All right.
That's all. Here's Dangerous Pursuit on USA.
Oh,
night.
I want this
Was
back
it
so
93?
bad. 93. Oh, my heyday.
better time.
It was a better time.
It's
Fucking
like,
Rhonda Shears up all night.
We'll let women on TV. They have to have big teased up hair and tits and be
Where are your
stupid.
tits? Oddly have a bunch of stuffed animals on our bed.
Yeah.
You
It's
have to-
all gonna be
You have to
revolving
look like
around
a baby.
sex.
You have to walk out dressed like a baby.
And man, ridiculous.
Everybody's going like icky and this and that. No, it's fine. And look, it's
How
a
many-
hot girl in her bedroom.
How many times did they have to recut that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, they never recut that because it's trash.
well, no, I'm saying
That's
like
a low budget production right
she
there.
messed up the lines, or you know, they had to start over again.
From what I understand, I don't know Rhonda's. No, she was a pro. Like I think
got-
she's still alive. We should interview
So
her.
probably all an act too, like she's
Yeah,
classically
100%.
trained actress.
100%
So
an
she had
act,
to
yeah.
pretend to tease her hair.
Like
up. Probably-
Paris Hilton.
She probably
Yeah.
made a lot of money.
Yeah.
My God.
She's 67. Let's see, what is she doing?
You still all night. You still get a little 67.
It's not much. Oh, she sells bras and underwear.
All right. Can buy me.
Rhonda Shear, bras and underwear for every body size.
Oh, no. See, I don't support that. I only support the good-looking people. I'm just saying. I mean, like, why would I want to support something so gross?
So
she lives in St. Petersburg.
We can get her. I bet we can get her. Man, I love that show. Me and my buddy Dave, we wouldn't watch it because we were sitting there jacking off to Rhonda, but it was fun having a show that was on that you felt like that people were still up and alive, you know? Like, I don't know.
Could
FOMO?
you
Is that
imagine the travesties that she has seen, like with the production and you know, and I don't know. I mean, maybe she didn't, but I'm just gonna put the time frame.
She's been on HSN with her shapewear. I'm surprised you haven't heard about it.
I didn't know she was back. I mean, like I kind of like I parted ways with her when there was another host. They
Still looks good.
They got a new host, and then I was like, "Wow, that ship has sailed." And we got cable got better than USA. Like there was a minute where me and my dad only watched USA because
They had hornier shows.
They had hornier
Silk
shows.
stockings.
And me and my dad were horny, so we'd watch all the Judge Judy, all the not Judge Judy, but like all the trash shows that had like titties were on USA.
I'm telling you, Silk Stockings. I remember
It was a good
watching
show.
like at night it would come on,
Yeah.
and it would be some sort of horn. There'd be brawls.
Yeah.
You know.
You go where the bras
There
are.
will be bras.
Yeah, there will be bras.
I'm saying as a kid, that's all you had.
Yeah. That is all you had. And then all you got is some big titty lady on there with her tits out, and you're like, well, I don't get this anywhere else, but I know it's Saturday night at midnight. Rhonda Shear's going to be there with her tits out, you know. I always the first thing I did when I got the internet was I typed in Rhonda Shear nude.
Oh, she's going to be in a new movie that's actually in post-production right now. Called The Throwback.
Oh, I bet it's great.
Yeah, everybody's in a movie.
I bet it's terrific. Yeah, I bet she has a podcast too.
So, Sam, do you got a podcast this weekend? And I'm saying that as if.
Oh God, I got to do the math.
Yeah,
just go to semanticspodcast.com and follow us on all social media, and go to twitch.tv/semanticsmedia.
If you want to check out any of our bar partners, it's TomandDanHookups.com.
Indeed.
Hookups page, or the Watering Holes. God, this is a bit of a long day.
It's fine. No, you're fine.
We have hookups page. You got watering holes. There's a lot.
We got everything.
There's this blinking.
If
Like
there's water,
it
there's
looks like an
holes.
online casino.
Or it looks like those things you got in your backyard. It's just a bunch of raccoon eyes blinking at us.
Yeah, if you go to TomandDan.com, it's on there somewhere. I mean, there's 10,000 links.
Jesus Christ. It looks like Alibaba. It's like me trying to buy Maisie's birthday banner on Alibaba. I was like, I don't know how to read this website.
It's on there. Watering holes, it's all there.
Yeah,
All right.
it is all there. We love you guys, and we appreciate you you putting up with us and our weird schedules and everything. And
if you normally don't listen to ACT, this whole week, we have all our go-to shows.
Yeah.
We had Treasure Hunting with Cadillac Pat. We had Tom and Dan Blow Glass.
Yeah.
We have Tom and Dan and Sam
at the dojo.
Visit Seth's dojo.
Yes.
We have we go to wrestling school, and then we have a Chatting with the Masters with Bill Murphy, the owner of Fairvilla Megastore.
Wait, we have one more in there, don't we? Or did we already release it? Did we release the show with Angel?
No, that's a BDM show.
Oh, that's a BDM show.
Hey, they're all mixed together.
We got a new BDM show this week with Angel. We talked to him.
Yep.
We basically, you never know we're gone because we
Unless you follow everybody on Twitch.
I got to give Angel some love. He wrote me a really nice text yesterday, just basically saying that and I'm being serious now, he hasn't had the opportunity to actually sit down. He's been interviewed by a lot of people, and he's talked about his brother's story. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, then just wait for the show. He explains it all. But I will say he thanked you and I for just kind of giving him the ability to come in and do it like a little more casual. And not and just kind of tell it the way he wants. Just kind of let him be him and just
not rush. You got 3 minutes, and we gotta go to break.
Right.
And also not editing things the way they want to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Not framing it a certain way, but just letting it be what it's supposed to be, which is from his and his family's perspective. So I love him and respect him. He's one of my most favorite radio people of all time. So if you like Angel Rivera, you're going to love that show.
Yep, that's a BDM show this week. Anyway, guys, we appreciate
today was super fun.
You hanging with us and being BDMs, and don't forget our big events coming up in November, and we'll see you next week.